Hey, what's up, Dumbslot? How's it going, bro? He said, hold on, I'm getting ads. Word. What's up, Dumbslot? How's it going, bro? Long time no see, man. Hope you've been doing well, brother. Oh, I feel like it's been a long time no see anyway. Hope you had a good New Year and holidays and all that shit. Hope everything's cool with you. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Alright, let me get this. I gotta tweet this out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we're getting started with game number 1 of our quarterfinal in the bracket play portion of today's Swiss tournament. So we're going to kick it off to Mikowski and Eli first.
We in bracket play, bish.
Boys,
waiting for the next update. The next Halo update, you mean?
Doing good, man.
Yeah, me
tough
too.
Situation with the bracket, but I think it's important for us to all understand we're all here just volunteering our time, putting together something for the Halo community to enjoy while we wait for that first land in March. So, Eli, as we wait for that first land in March, we got Ryanu versus Sparty, a rivalry that feels like it goes back to the time when Ogre 1 and 2 were playing in this game, but this is going to be intense.
Ryanu,
this
Sparty.
Is going to be a good series. Bad News Bears versus Incognito. What are some of your thoughts as we approach game 1?
Oh, I gotta close my Audacity.
I mean, you said it right. The Ryanu versus Sparty battle lives on. These guys have gone back and forth between being best friends to mortal enemies, back to best friends. I don't know where they stand right now. Probably all right. But whenever they play against each other, they definitely seem to play with a little bit more passion. So it's going to be fun to watch how this one plays out. I'm really excited to see this one. I kind of give the edge.
Is that the Halo Wars one that they showed?
Playing together throughout the entirety of the off season. Boo Boo and Sparty did win that Choose tournament last night.
Yeah, that shit looks so fire, bro. I'm definitely gonna get that shit.
As well, so
I didn't watch the whole community stream the other day. Is that gonna be a battle pass thing, or is it gonna be paid? I imagine it'll be in the shop. There's no way, right? That thing's too cool.
We don't have the official word
on
gonna
be like 10 bucks, 20 bucks in the shop
yet as far as org representation. We do know that Ashes.
Yeah, Jerome's
I'm so
armor.
excited for
Yeah,
this.
that shit's so sick,
the
bro.
legendary FPS coach has, I believe, 25 land trophies to his name as a head coach over in Gears of War. He's now the head coach of he's now the head coach of Complexity, and I think that's going to be a really interesting dynamic to have when you have young guys like Descendant, Huss, Precision.
It's free upon release.
A guy behind
Seriously?
you like Ashes is going to be a massive benefit to that squad. Now, again, it's not official. Ashes is, but the roster's not.
Pleasantly surprised.
Guess where things are going. I think that's going to be what pans out. Eli, as a former coach in HCS, I want to know what your thoughts are as it relates to Ashes joining up with Complexity and how that might help out a few of those young guns on the squad.
I mean,
Classic Air is going to be paid well. Yeah, I mean,
what the most,
bro, I mean, like, it's a free-to-play game,
on LAN, FPS, maybe
so
all esports, I'm not
all
really
of their
sure.
money is going to come from Battle Pass, microtransactions, selling stuff in the shop. So, like, I do appreciate that some of it's free, but, like, obviously, like,
that I was working with Ashes on.
It's got to be paid, some of it.
I feel like he's been in esports for so long. He just gets it. Very smart mind when it comes to any version of the game. He also grinds matchmaking. I run into him pretty often in matchmaking, so I know he's playing the game, getting his reps in to make himself an even better coach. And I think that's an important part of being a coach in a game like this is you've got to play enough to really feel the timings when it comes to pushes and seeing openings that you know, a person that doesn't actually play the game probably wouldn't really feel as in tune with. So it's super important for these young guys that have
for sure, Dumbslot. That shit's dope as hell.
What's really cool about it too, though, is Precision, former Gears of War player. I'm sure he's elated to have Ashes standing behind him because he might have lost to Ash's team multiple times on the Gears stage, and yeah, I think there's nothing but positives that can come from him.
Yeah, whatever that Complexity team of 4 looks like, they're going to have a respectable coach that demands their respect. As we hop on board here with Precision, one of those young guns, sitting at 3-1 in this game. He's helped propel his team to a hot start, 30 uncontested seconds, as they have control of A and B. Precision with control of the top A ledge.
Start for the blue team here.
Looking to put some damage out for now. Gets the assist, and with that kill, the green light means
I did, yeah, Dumbslot. And also, like, the fact that they were re-releasing, like, the Season 1 packs and their cross-core now.
Triple right ahead with Sparty.
That shit's so dope.
For the over on Collect!
Oh, hater shit.
Unbelievable shot.
Hater shit.
That would have been nuts. But the performance is nonetheless. He gets the assist after a little while. That's going to force a staggered spawn for Bad News Bears. And, well, this is bad news for them.
Wait, this trip cap's actually
what
brutal.
An opening by Incognito. These guys knew exactly how to play their process in exactly the right situation. Precision playing all the way around the map, influencing spawns as he rotated around the map, and then also predicting every single one of his next opponent's spawns. And that's how he was able to go on such a massive run, and he's made a massive impact, and he's continuing to wreak havoc here. Going to completely stop Bad News Bears from capping B, at least for now, but suddenly
they finally break.
Finally 3 dead.
That was a good-ass start from blue team, though.
Team wipe for Bad News Bears. They take all 4 down for Incognito. Most importantly, Sparty did not waste.
I'm trying not to call them complexity because like they haven't announced yet.
Smarter there by
they're Incognito, but
getting rid of all of that shock rifle ammo. Boo Boo Dooble on the side of C. He's going to be able to set up for the next one, like that play with utilization. And depleting of the ammo there from Sparty as Bad News Bears off the team wipe on Incognito, and the fast work to get control of those cap points now have a trip cap of their own, and they're right back in it.
Want chat to understand that this game type is exceptionally swingy. We have seen at the World Finals, FaZe actually defeated Optic 250 to, I believe, 22 in the span of about
20
4 minutes. So
no, it wasn't 12. It was like
type,
21, I think.
Has one of the
I think it was 250, 21 or some shit.
Spawn traps to get out of. So what we just saw here was Bad News Bears finally got control, purposefully spawned all members of Incognito.
All right, it is Pine Park o'clock.
Yes, trust me, I know it's great.
To start off this bracket play.
It was in Plaza, but they intentionally spawned them there and then watch all of the exit points from there to make it very difficult to get out. And this game type can swing back and forth. I mean, we saw.
So I imagine this series is going to be a little bit of a marathon
on the side of Incognito. Now it's only a 10-point game on the other side.
Yeah,
I imagine it's going to be a little bit of a bang out.
Mind in that you don't get flustered. If you go down 100-0 like we saw for Bad News Bears, all it takes is one instance of regaining your footing, and you've regained in this match. Now in the lead, 112 and rolling with
sir, Dumbs-a-lot.
See Boo Boo Dooble locking down the snipe tower with that shock rifle. Looks to continue the scoring.
Now this is where Incognito is going to be tested.
Cyberman
so
with the stogie.
So many reps playing this game type with one another, not just in tournaments but also in scrims. And
yeah, I'm a big Doctor Who guy.
This is such a common position to find yourself in this game type.
Doctor Who,
if you're
my
playing
shit.
against good teams, you're gonna get in the blender at some point. So, Ryanoob, how do you get yourself out of the blender? How do you and your team fight out from those positions when your opponents know where you are? You've got to play the process. You've got to be very disciplined. And so far, Incognito have done a good job to stop the bleeding at least a little bit, but Boo Boo Dooble with the shock rifle is going to try to shut it down.
Ooh, a little bit of skill expression there from Boo Boo Dooble, and I loved his movement expression there with the repulsor as well. You saw him jump up, and he sort of delayed the activation of the repulsor to land instantly on top of Camo top mid. He didn't float or dilly-dally. It was purposeful, deliberate, and instantaneous from the likes of Boo Boo Dooble. He's sitting at 10-5 in this match. Precision now on the other side, pushing up for Incognito. They've regained control of A and B, and with 3 down for Bad News Bears, they might just gain control of C as well. Neptune looking to stay alive. He's one of the last members alive here for Bad News Bears, and that's a crucial slay there on Ryanoob, and it might just prevent that trip cap.
So important as the last person alive to somehow find your way into getting a kill, because that means when your teammates come off spawn, they're no longer in a disadvantageous position. Now
we got about a tie game.
Has the numbers when they come off spawn. Let's see if the rest of Neptune's team can push up and get the most out of that kill.
Sparty now roaring forward like we're used to seeing on LVT's broadcast, the HCS broadcast, whatever it is, on a stream. Doesn't matter. Sparty's usually holding forward and taking down opponents. We're seeing that now with his rival. Ryanoob gets the assist. Galactic gets the final slay. A little use of the repulsor there. Not sure he got much damage on the back of the wall to Precision. Nonetheless, still takes him down. Goes down shortly after to Huss. Collect, make sure they trade out. And it's just back and forth trades all along the LR side of the map as Collect chases Descendant. He's one shot. And he's gonna. Oh, he's not gonna
nice
get away.
pickup. What the fuck?
Sure, he was gonna sneak around that corner with the slide, but Collect strikes him down.
What a great
strikes him
down
for
Bad News Bears. Not only does Collect finish that kill that could have got away, but on the other side of the map, Sparty and Boo Boo able to secure the C side as well and get them into this very ugly spawn trap that I talked about. And this is kind of the meta at this point. When you spawn blue, you're just going to charge into the yard, try to overtake it as best you can. After you cap A, then you can think about getting into the rest of the map. Ryan trying to do a little bit of multitasking though, maybe trust that his teammates will
That's a good
finish
trade
that
though.
cap, and A says maybe I have an opening to also cap B. Turns out that might have been a bit of an overextension. I think it's better if your whole team just goes, caps A, wins that fight, then spreads out, gets control, gets some kills around the perimeter of the map. After you have a few kills secured, that's when you want to cap for B. And if you're in your plat lobbies like Tools, I mean, you just can't.
Damn, he said he was in plat.
So please get some kills around the outside of the map before you try to drop bottom mid.
And despite a hot 100-second start here for Incognito, it's Bad News Bears who roll into the 200 strong with 2:15 and rolling. B and C controlled handily by them.
I can hear Sparty screaming from here.
Precision, finding a way off his back foot. This is exactly what you're talking about, Eli. The better team on
actually, we should pull up Sparty's stream
play off their back
to get the reactions.
Play off the back wall of A as we see
a good
exactly
play.
how difficult it is to survive that situation.
I think Descendant also streaming.
Into A. He's looking for the trip cap.
Boo Boo
Still
probably
having some
streaming.
A spawners there for Incognito, and they're going down to B. Precision stealing it, and it looks like, is that an overextension, Eli, into A? Did Bad News Bears need that for the win? What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. It was probably an all
tough game
play.
at a greatest
Sometimes
player in
you
Halo
can get
history,
away
Ryan
with
Noob,
it,
I'm not
but
gonna
yeah,
lie.
I think
You got
it's
12
probably
assists,
a little
though.
bit better to stay in the fight with your teammates. You know, him going off and capping A solo is a sneaky play that can sometimes convert, but it also means your teammates have one less gun in the fight that they're having right now. So I can kind of see
Unfortunate
either
teammate.
side. It's definitely a gamble, and when you're making a gamble play, you got to take the high percentage option. I think the higher percentage is to fight with your team.
Oh, Sparty, one of the last lines of defense on that C side. He goes down. Boo Boo Dooble goes down as well in the trucks, and that's going to flip control of this map into Incognito's favor. Another one goes down for Precision, potential double, but he lands the assist nonetheless. And it looks like the numbers edge is going to go in favor here of Incognito, and if they can close things out here with a trip cap, they might just come back 210 and rolling to 242. But it's Incognito with that map control. Boo Boo Dooble looking to flip C.
Sparty lived for so long trying to preserve
good
his
shots.
life,
What the
but
fuck?
it wasn't enough, and this is a dangerous position for Bad News Bears. They've got 242, but that is not enough. They're going to have to get control of the map.
Shit ain't over yet.
And then cap one of these
This shit ain't over yet.
The way Incognito's playing,
And they're
not
taking
gonna
hella
give you-
damage.
Neptune looking
Oh,
to stay alive,
good
1
shots.
HP. Takes down Ryanu. Huge slay there. Every single slay here is going to be a critical catalyst to winning game one. Neptune now pushing in towards the bottom mid side of the map.
Good strafe. He missed the last.
Shots advantage as well as he takes him down. Sparty looking to fill into B.
Good
But he
thrust.
goes down as well, and this could be a comeback win now.
Oh my God.
Incognito,
Oh
if
my
they can
God.
secure B, they do.
Oh my God.
Oh,
this
but
has
they're
gotten
dying out
so
of it.
mixy. The mosh pit has ensued. Now that the time is winding down, we're going to see both teams contesting in B. They're going to be
Oh, but they're
launching
dying out of
bombs
it.
into B because it's the only way they can keep their team alive. But I like
C's
this
gonna
play
flip.
by Incognito. They
Oh,
actually wrapped
shit.
around and capped C instead.
Oh, that's a huge kill.
While the distraction is
Everyone-
bottom middle,
everyone
and
else
that
on
might
red
just
is
win
dying,
the game
though.
here.
There's 3 down for Incognito. This is going to give Bad News Bears the map control and space to move
Oh,
around
no.
on the map. But Haas finds the grenade off the bounce.
And they're gonna
pass
flip
of
it
the
back.
pillar, takes down
Oh my God.
the clock at the last second, and we might just have that comeback come to fruition if not for one last member of Bad News Bear and B.
Oh.
Looking to take down Ryanu, down to half shields, has to stay alive. Ryanu back.
C's getting flipped,
Precision takes
and
down
they stopped
Boo,
it.
And it looks like
Oh my God.
Incognito might
Oh my
make a
God.
comeback.
Wow. Both teams
They have one
fought
chance.
So hard
They gotta
bottom
flip
mid,
C.
but
They gotta flip C.
in A. But Incognito has an easy pick for C. But
They gotta
look
flip
at
C,
this.
and they gotta kill him out of
Also
B.
in B right now.
No.
Boo Boo getting a kill. It's massive.
Oh, wait, they stopped
Trying to
it.
shut these players down. It's being
Boo Boo's going for C.
Boo Boo can
Oh my God, that's
C
game.
here.
That's game.
He's got a triple kill.
What the hell was Incog doing? They didn't cap C.
Triple kill secures the trip cap for Bad News Bears, and they
Oh, what
secure
the hell were they
final
doing?
seconds. At the final moment, Boo Boo Dooble with another clutch play gives
That was
his team
insane.
the win in game one. What a finish!
Does anybody have more?
Bro,
eyes than
Incog
this
won
man?
the fight, and they
Did
should have
not
won the
see him
game
get
because
the
they were all
game-winning
spawning
kill
out, like
on
back tram and
Renegade
shit in
last
yard.
night. Shout out
And
to
they
anybody
just
in
didn't
chat
get out
that
of bottom
watched the
middle.
2v2
They
yesterday to
literally,
see the most
bro, they waited until
insanely
everybody
hyped
spawned,
24-24
and then they
finish.
tried to go cap nest.
And it was another clutch play from Boo Boo Doo. If you put this man on solitude, he will find a way
That's
to win the
insane.
game. What an insane
Hey, what's
play
up,
that
Smooth
was.
Criminal? How's it going, brother?
Man. I'm still collecting my breath. He
You're
had
doing
an
great,
overkill
man. I
extermination
appreciate you asking. I hope you're
against
doing well
Business,
also.
And now he's closing things out with a triple kill. I'd probably score that higher than the overkill.
What's going on,
even,
brother?
Considering the fact that it won the game. And here in this
all right, now I'm actually hitting the Pine
elimination
Park.
bracket
Holy
format,
shit.
talked about how in Swish every game matters. Now it even matters even more so, as it's essentially like a lower bracket matchup here where the loser goes home. Boo Boo Dubo making sure his team has the edge heading into a crucial game 2.
I mean, the ending moments of this, like as an analyst, are so hard. I would have to I could probably make a 10-minute video about the last 30 seconds of this game because there were so many different things happening at the same time. It's so hard from just one POV to really break down what's going on, because simultaneously while Boo Boo is doing this, his teammates are also bottom B, capping that, getting kills on enemies spawning in the tram side. Oh, wow. Well played by both teams, but it's ultimately bad news.
Football on, Tampa lost, life is good.
I'm just sitting here cheesing.
You a Detroit fan or just you not a Bucks fan?
I'm sitting here with just a massive smile on my face. If this is how we're going to start out bracket play, Eli, imagine how we might finish as Boo Boo Dubu and the rest of Bad News Bears take the win. Let's take a look at the team composition again. We're expecting potential full team of 4 on the blue side, and we know for sure that the red team will not be competing in HCS Season 3. However, 3-4s will be. It's Neptune, though, who's filling in place of Lethal this event. Tell me how you think he fits into this team composition and why it might actually be
is Collect not on native with Neptune?
Well, they're also missing Falcated as well, right?
Because Collect is on native
as well. I forget Sparty Collect. I always think that they're still duos, but you're right. Even Falcated not in the mix. So half of Sentinels here. We'll give them a majority,
and half
I guess,
a native.
Half a native. So interesting team composition on the Bad News Bears side.
It's not a Bucks fan. I hear that.
That could play into effect here. I believe, again, we have a full team of 4 on Incognito.
So we up
and
right
a
now.
Team of 2 split down the middle on Bad News Bears. How does that maybe benefit or...
I'm not really a football guy, but I definitely watch a little bit when the playoffs comes around.
And how it relates and stacks
I'm a baseball, basketball guy, but I'll watch anything in the playoffs. We were watching hockey last year. I'll watch football. I'll watch fucking... We were watching the soccer World Cup and shit.
Neptune and Collect have been a duo the past few weeks for sure. I mean, these guys have been running matchmaking together constantly.
We don't watch everything over here.
Maybe Mikwin is giving his hand some rest. I don't know. I know he's having some hand problems. Maybe that's why he's not competing in some of these tournaments, but either way, I mean, these are just great reps to get under the belt for Neptune and Collect. I think that Neptune probably teamed with Boo Boo at some point towards the end of H5. Seems like these guys at this point, man, everybody's teamed with everybody, so they've got some semblance of history with one another. They're going to have some teamwork. They've played together enough times, and like, despite not having significant scrim and tournaments under their belt, they all know how Halo is supposed to be played, and that's usually with just promising communication and trust throughout the match, and just an understanding of the framework of each game type.
Yeah, it's always fun to theorize in the off season. That's what I look forward to most. Not only the fact that we have no gap in Halo action, but the fact that, you know, I get to
I'm a baseball,
bit,
basketball guy.
to play with theory.
What does LVT stand for? Something in particular?
Like if
yes, actually.
That's exactly
I'll
what
move my
Bad News
camera.
Bears are, and I think this is also
it stands
an
for
important
Louis the
conversation
Titan.
to bring up, Eli, after that.
It's just it's Louis' gamer tag.
Thrilling finish.
So
seems that with this DC from
this has been Louis' gamer tag for
the red team.
God knows how long.
Energy
LVT Brandon
died down a little bit. So
and
some of that
I guess whenever they made the transition from
game 1,
doing whatever they were doing to being like the tournament host,
we wait for game
they
2.
just
what are some of your thoughts
became
on
LVT
how that
Halo.
energy level might affect this next game?
So
I mean,
LVT stands for Louis the Titan.
Be playing with insane amounts of energy. I mean, we got the listen in on Incognito in that Argyle game, and every time Precision gets a kill, he's screaming dead like he's Frosty at the World Championship. Like, come on, bro. They're all feeling themselves. They're at the Complexity HQ, as we saw on Descendant stream. So they've got a great setup. I'm sure they're chock full of energy drinks, and probably the same could be said for the Eagle team as well. So not sure what's going on with Neptune. Seems like a little bit of an extended break. Hopefully his setup's all right. But as soon as he gets back into this, we will jump into Recharge Slayer. I will say,
back. Excuse me.
I mean, we've talked
my
about
eyes
this
aren't
a few
red.
times, Hunter. Ryan, whatever team he's on, is just good at Slayer. I don't know. He just seems to know how to rotate around the map effectively and counter his opponent's strategies. What do you think it is about Ryan that makes him so good at Team Slayer?
I think it's his time in the game. I think that objective efficiency that he applies to CTF or an oddball, he finds a way to I don't want to say weasel into a Slayer, but or rat his way into a Slayer. But Raidu is known for playing things smart, playing things safe, not necessarily going for that montage moment like we see from maybe a Sparty. And maybe that's what's such a interesting part of the conversation between these two rivals, is that they're both split different. I mean, there's absolutely not a single characteristic that you could attribute to the two of them outside of just being one of the best Halo players in the world, but their personalities and playstyles could not be more different. But yeah, I think to answer that question, Eli, it's the fact that this Ryanoob, who's known for nerding his way around Halo, applies that same strategy like an OBJ.
Oh, here we go. We got the lobby bag.
And it seems to have done well for him here in Halo Infinite, a top 3 Slayer last year as far as it relates to wins and losses, which we get caught up in kill death ratio, we get caught up in damage, but I think the only thing that matters at the end of the day is the wins and losses, right? So, and I know that's all Ryanoob cares about. So I think that's going to be the key here for Ryanoob, is watch your corners, right? Because Ryanoob might just be lurking behind him.
I think you're exactly right. I think another thing that Ryanoob does so well is, even though there's no obvious objective in Slayer besides get kills and stay alive, he comes up with his own objectives. He says there are certain parts of the map that we want to control at different parts of the game based on what power-ups are coming up, and he is leading his team to navigate around the map at the times that matter, right? So yeah, there's no hill to go for, but there's a shock rifle and there's camo to go for, and if your team is not prioritizing those, you're very, very likely to lose the game.
All right, here we go. After a chance to catch our breath after an incredible game 1, our game 2 is tied 1-1, splitting off the rip as Huss looks to split that difference, splits the head of Boo Boo Doo Boo, takes him down, goes down to the cross shots, cross map. It's a trade fest for now, like we saw in that previous start to game 1, and it trickles down to the feed for all.
Yeah, interesting start. Both teams fighting aggressively for the items. I think the camo was burned, so we're not going to see early camo usage. One of these teams does have the shock rifle, though. I think one of these players in gold. I'm sure Nighty Knight's trying to find him, but a gun might be on the ground. Not really sure. But right now, both teams just fighting for space. It looks like maybe going for these 2-man pushes. Looks like the 2-man push from Incognito into A is successful. They trade one, get the kill. Sparty tries to stop it. Gets hit by the nade shot.
Why'd he say it like that, bro? That just checked the shit out of me.
Knew that
he walked into that shit. He said, "Oh no!"
Around the corner, Sparty pushes in, slides out quickly.
I just checked the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
Down, despite the intel for Sparty, it's precision who gets the upper hand. Ryanoob now at the top of A, looks across the map, but with that DMR, not necessarily the most viable weapon to get damage across, so instead he elects to push on through to the needle side with the Send It. A couple other players flanking around the gold frag side. Sparty
Holy
on the
shit!
opposite side of the map.
I just watched Oppenheimer in Long Haul.
All of his team is across, and look at
the
split.
My God!
Go down for Bad News Bears. Despite the fact that Incognito weren't all together, they played together and now have a 5-kill lead.
Sounds like that shock rifle was picked up by Descendant. He goes down with nobody near it. Gun could despawn unless Neptune goes and grabs it right now. Yes, he does. Okay, now camo coming up in 3 seconds. So it looks like Bad News Bears able to get the shock, but there is a fight ensuing for the camo on the other side.
Neptune looking to defend the camo below. It's up 14-17. This game's gotten closer. Neptune looking to help bring his team back, but he goes down. Camo's still up. 2 members of the blue squad on the bridge. Boo Boo Doo Boo spots them both out. Gets some early damage down. Earns the assist. Might get another one here despite going down. That might not get cleaned up. Wow, is that Huss? That was an incredible survivability sequence there for him as Collect. You can see him kind of looking for him. There he goes. Huss didn't get too far, but he did extend his life. Nice play nonetheless.
I think that might have been a little aggressive from the side of Huss. He is known as the entry fragger for sure, though. He likes to go in, deal a lot of damage, be tricky and a nuisance, and buy time and space for his teammates to arrive. Looked like he kind of tried to make his play there, but teammates weren't in position to follow up. But it doesn't matter now. Descendant with the sniper rifle. Doesn't matter the map or the sniper itself, but he will be hitting shots. Huss finding a double kill over here in batteries before trading out, and it looks like Descendant and the rest of Incognito are gonna elect to maybe go for this A hold, or sorry, not A hold, but get a hold in gold and long haul. So let's see how they play out of this.
23-27 as this one's gotten a little bit closer, and We're on board here with Descendant. He's streaming right now from the Complexity facility. I love the player cams on the main stage. You get to really feel the body language and the emotional tone that they're expressing on their face. Descendant looks locked in, man. I think that is
Motherfucker,
a kid
what?
at 18, 19 years old that has recognized the opportunity and the moment that he has to rise the ranks and be what he knows he can be here in the HCS. No scope melee, not usually a viable plan there with the shock rifle, but Descendant finds a way to make it work. 360 strong sides out of there, finding all sorts of tricky ways to stay alive, but eventually goes down to Sparty, who looks to continue pushing on through. A little bit of a grenade misthrow there is not going to do the damage he thought on Ryandub, and now he's going to have to disengage and re-engage back at the top of C platform. Still potentially eyeing Ryandub. He's looking for him, checking his corners. But Ryandub's behind him, and Precision gets the final slay. Look at the way that Incognito swarmed there at the tower. That was impressive. Looked like an anthill that just got kicked.
They know exactly how to play in those situations when their teammate is weak. They actually know how to play with very little space, I think, better than just any other team. Most of the other teams in the HCS, they play kind of a spread strategy where they spread out and try to get a lot of unique angles.
Yeah, no, it's Eli the Ninja.
As well, but they also have
also, what's up, Ease?
When we're all trapped in the same area,
no, Cole is in our Discord right now watching football and playing Call of Duty.
So that it's impossible for any enemies to come in and surprise us. We can do maximum
I know where
damage
Cole
as
is.
they try to get into our setup. And I think Incognito with their communication and preparation.
What's going on, Ease? How you doing today, bro?
Those type of situations better than just about any other team.
What the vibes looking like today, man?
Here we go. It was once a multi-position lead for Incognito.
Damn!
Now, after that sequence there, 3 go
down. 4.
Unbelievable.
Damn!
After 4 go down for Bad News Bears, it's a 40-37 game. I'm starting to build a case for Bad News Bears, but just like that, Incognito steals the lead right back.
Saw a little
Oh
bit of
my
body
god!
Punching
My
Boo Boo's
sonny!
body. Maybe Boo Boo experiencing a little karma after the teabags we saw him throwing out last night. But this is
no
a
way.
close one, man. Just
What the rank looking like today is? Where we at?
And neither team really looking to be firmly in control of this.
43-41, Incognito. You're right, they've had the lead this entire game, but it hasn't felt like a strong grip. Us. We're going to push on through, gets a couple grenades out first. Long-range BR is going to do a lot of damage to that shot rifle, but it looked like Neptune got away with it. That could be crucial as he looks to reemerge on the bat ledge.
1-ish? Word.
Goes down to 1 HP, but his location.
You're catching me, bro. I haven't been able to play these past couple days. I capped out at gold 2 when we were done the other day. So
where the sniper is, you can't go back up to that spot. More often than not, you get taken down, and that's exactly what we saw.
I ain't been able to play you fucking catching me.
Right. I mean, if you have any power weapon, anything that the other team wants to steal from you, you got to be really careful with your routes, especially at this level. Right now, Descendant and Ryandub, they have the lead. I think recognizing they started to make that push, but deciding to back down. Perhaps they
but I love
didn't feel that confident that their teammates could support them across the map.
I love
us finding a kill with a grenade in the kill feed.
We have COD ranks now, though, because just at any point, like,
quickly into the tower, but Sparty,
we can just do rank streams now, which
it's now tied 45-45 all of a sudden, and now the rotation from
I'm like cubic zirconium too. That's fucked.
Sparty with the optimal camo
That's
use,
fucked,
gets the double kill and has his team back in the lead, and they steal it. No! Incognito wins. Excuse me. I apologize.
Motherfucker, what are you talking about?
Numbers on my side. I thought for sure that was a stolen game too. But
Ryandub and the blue team take game 2. We've got a series, man.
Especially when you consider the fact after that double kill from Sparty, tied it at 45. They have the momentum.
Nah, so criminal. I bet you nice on the sticks.
Push up while the other 2 members are on spawn, but
I need some confidence.
Off their back foot, take it 50-48.
I am sorry, guys. We are watching this in very low quality so that it can be live for you guys. So sometimes the numbers on the screen look a little rough. So yeah, that's why I thought it was 45-45. But clearly, I got.
I swore it was too. So we'll both take that L, Eli.
We're on a bit of a lower quality feed than the one you guys are watching to make sure we are as quick on the comms as possible.
We watch in 140p, so you can watch in 1440p. That's kind of the MO here on LVT. We're willing to sacrifice a little bit of quality on our side to make sure you guys get all the juice.
Yeah, right. You saw how he spun that shit?
And that was an impressive bounce back from Incognito. You know, going down in that first game, kind of heartbreaking, right? It kind of can suck the air out of your entire squad. to lose in the final moments after
Bro, my
so
KD
hard,
is not
then
good.
To bounce back and win game
I've been playing sub and
always a strong Slayer team,
I've been getting fried.
Another
I
objective
just
game coming up, and this one
I've been running around a little too much. I'll be going in first too much and shit.
Will they come back?
I gotta start playing like a rat.
This is big. Game 3, tied 1-1. It's a diet game 5. This is the last time we'll see a series split, potentially split one direction for the other. The winner takes the lead in this series, and the likelihood, the mathematical probability that they will close things out.
All right, lock in, everybody.
On the Xbox
Game 3, we got a little bit of a live fire king.
Shots across the map on Huss. Guardian Angel protects one of his teammates, and now sets his sights on helping Sparty grab that sniper, as he does, in fact, takes down Precision as well. And this looked like a great start. Eli, we usually see you get one or the other, Sandbox or the Hill. Looks like Bad News Bears just scored both.
So huge to do so at the beginning of this game, but Incognito able to snag the camo. Sparty was just making sure his Hill player wasn't going to get pushed at the last second there. Had to give up the camo, but I mean, you will take giving up the camo if it means you've already got 80% on this Hill.
Sparty pushing in through. It's a flank on the C side. Takes down Precision. Had the snipe, but
he did not know he was there.
To take one down. Boo Boo Dooba now soaring to the top of snipe. He's got a snipe
and
in
they got
his
rotation.
Hand, so that's important for Sparty. Make sure that if you go down, allow your teammate to pick it back up.
Good ass play from Descendant. Ooh, we almost got 2.
Allow Boo Boo Dooba a chance to scope in.
He was.
This is a good break from Complexity.
So using that camo to actually get the early rotation on the next hill. I mean, that is very impressive from Descendant. I feel like just a year ago he would have just beelined the hill and tried to kill everything in his path, but he's forward thinking now. He's thinking about how can we best, like, yes, we had a really rough start, but if I just make sure my team gets this next hill, we're right back into it.
It's looking to stay alive on the box, using it as a teammate to potentially find some cover, but no,
Potentially
Sparty takes him
find
down
some
instead.
cover.
And that's an all 4 down for Incognito.
This is going to be good ass time for them, though.
In the lead 1-0. Incognito able to rotate and get the early time, but after that team wipe from BNB, we'll look to regain the lead
100%
here.
ease.
All members of Incognito coming off spawn on the A side. Sparty looking to get a little sneaky.
Yeah, I was just
here.
using the sub and just like running around, and I was like just going in first and like trying to chow the point every time.
Out of his
and,
way
like,
towards the QT.
I was getting fried, and like later on in the day, I got tight, and I was like, "Fuck this, bro!" I was pulling out an AR and like playing corners and shit.
So that maybe Sparty wouldn't know.
You actually have to play creddies, and you have to try to like for me, it's like trying to hit flanks and like shoot people in the back.
Wow, 2 sequences in a row.
I just want to use the sub.
Are wiped by Bad News
I just want to run
Bears.
around, man. I'm impatient.
They're going to lead to a 2-0 lead for Bad
Plus,
News
it's not that
Bears.
serious. It's just ranked. You know what I mean?
Their control over here on the camo side of the map, but Descendant flies out on Neptune. His pace of play is so high. Now we're
Yo, Ryan literally teleported across the map. He said, "I have to kill Sparty."
Collect spots him though. Ryan
I must kill Sparty.
Left. Collect with the camo though. Assist goes through. Ryan Noob goes down. Collect looking to clean up here on the scoreboard. He's got a couple members. Just gotta decide who to start shooting first. And he does that. He takes one down, looking for 2. He gets it.
Yeah, no bullshit, Ease. I think the best game I ever had was like an Invasion HP where I played an AR and I like just tried to like play power position. I literally ratted and I played like top broken and top gas and top palace on like on the plat.
And
I was rotating like 40 seconds early.
Time to reproc the camo between the kills, between exposing himself to each angle, and those.
And oh god, that was probably like the best game I had.
Make this next hill another one.
Oh, I thought he stuck him too.
That looked like a really good sticky toss there from Boo Boo Doobu. We're starting to see a lot more stickies connect.
I just want to use this sub, man. Oh!
Stays alive. Now,
was Ryan Noob Ninja's Sparty?
Underneath the bottom of the map, now he's turning that into a double kill.
It said Ryan Ninja Sparty?
Ryan with the ninja on Sparty. The rivalry continues to grow. Love to see that.
Ryan Noob now looking to push on through, secure their first hill in the game. They've done enough, Eli, to get a lot of time on each of these hills, but this is the first one that they're able to secure in such an important moment in the match. It's either a 3-hill game or a 1-hill game. After that impressive play from Descendant and Rydoob, it's back to a 1-hill game. 2-1. Bad News
might not have been legit. Yeah, you never know with this game.
Precision.
But
the team on his
just the fact that it in the kill feed says Ryan Noob Ninja Sparty, like that's gonna give dope to somebody, and it's not gonna give dope to somebody else.
From Bad News Bears, Collect gonna take that pool of destruction right from
Yo.
him. Look at that. Whoa. That player with the QT just kind of respecting Collect. Like, yeah, I kind of feel like he's about to no-scope me. I'm just going to preemptively
it was
portal so he doesn't
Neptune.
have the chance. I think that shot might have actually connected before the player portaled, though, because he did get the assist there. Yeah, so Neptune here going to reposition back green. And this hill is looking pretty good for Bad News Bears. So this is a new hill, right? So let's talk about it. What's the best way to lock this hill down? I think that you're going to need nest control, tower control, and another player that kind of
is Optic Phase playing yet?
Controls through the back B part of the map. So I think before
they just started.
Gets into this hill, they're going to have to win one of those spots, and so far they've been unable to do so.
The response from Bad News Bears
Yo,
has been strong.
Ryan just letting the AR sing.
On the board, looking to regain that 2-hill lead. The 3 go down for Bad News Bears. Precision sitting at the top of Nest. Has the control. Picks up the stickies. And Eli, I got to imagine, with B and green being such an important map on Livefire, got to watch out for those remote detonations if you do cross across that side of the map. Once the repulsor, now a potential lethal combination with the stickies there now. As this one's really close. Bad News Bears, though.
That's a big cap, though. That's a big 3-1.
They've been doing this with the Slays. Not necessarily efficient, but they're efficient at taking all 4 down for Incognito. Because of it, got a 2-hill lead once again. 3 minutes left.
That was a buzzer beater. Incognito was just a few seconds from capping it when they go down. Huss tries to dive bomb into the hill to contest it, maybe with a last-ditch effort, but isn't. He shows up after the point.
Net
is
making
already
plays.
cast,
What the?
Feels like his pants are down when he arrives, and then he just gets
Godly ass
obliterated.
nade.
Now he's not going to be part of the next play for the rotation, and it looks like Bad News Bears also have the tower and the sniper. It's exactly what you want for this hilltop mid.
Yeah, this is the control you need. You want to control hill, you got to control the snipe tower. More often
That's a good
than
live
not,
out
you
of
got the
Boo Boo.
sniper in the hand as well, like we see with Boo Boo Doo Boo. A little bit of icing on the cake as 2 go down for Incognito. 3 down here for Bad News Bears. Boo Boo Doo Boo, last member alive, but look
Probably
at this.
get a little
Last
time
member
and then
alive,
get out.
scoring hill time. What kind of Ryanoob nerd-esque play is this here from Boo Boo Doo Boo?
What the fucking chow?
On Ryanoob.
This guy Boo Boo's a
Another player
maniac.
gets the assist. Ryanoob down to low shields is going to make it very difficult for him to stay alive top mid. But with the teamwork, Ryanoob takes down Sparty. Precision did a great job there to sacrifice some shields, sacrifice his life actually, as Ryanoob stays alive, but
I have no idea who threw that nade.
that hill as it goes back into the hands of Bad News Bears.
I think it was Ryan. You talking about the fucking martyrdom?
This tower control is. You see members of Incognito bypassing the hill and going straight for the tower to try to get control of it. Looks like at the same time, members on the sandbags are also fighting for control. 3 kills go in the favor of Incognito. Suddenly they have control, and this hill looks like it's theirs.
I feel like if the score was just based on total composite time, it would be like 223 seconds to 220.
All right,
like
that's a
this
mixy
has
ass
been
top
really
middle hill.
close. Every single one of these hills has been highly contested. As
Hang on a
Incognito
second.
squeak out another one, and with still 3 minutes left, both these 2 teams playing intrinsically for the scoring. The clock is not going to become a factor. This one should play to the 4 mark.
Rotation.
And Incognito have life once again.
I think both teams still going to be fighting for tower control. The hill is at B right now, but both these teams are actually fighting for the camo for now. I think they're going to want to also get control of the C part of the map. It's just an easier approach angle. You can overlook all of the B hill. Boo Boo Doo Boo, though, playing good defense here from the hill, accumulating time and getting kills at the same time. The importance of multitasking cannot be understated in this game type. And it looks like
The back tower one? Yeah, that was Ryan.
Control for now.
Ryanoob down to low shields. Takes the high ground. Now drops to the back of mud. Finds the assist.
Brother throwing
Almost like a
goofy
magician.
ass
We didn't see any
nades.
shots go out, but he finds the assist anyways. More chicanery from Ryanoob. What we've come to expect from him over the decades of watching him compete and competing against him. As we see Sparty now go down to low
Oh my God,
shields.
has it been decades?
Wow.
Sparty did not expect it as he turned left. Ryanoob slid left, takes him down for the double, and has Incognito on the verge of
Greatest
tying
player in
this
Halo
game
history,
for 3.
Ryanoob. Making
Talk
fucking
about
plays.
adaptations, man. This is what I talk about Ryanoob all the time. People think that he's just like a slow, ratty player, but man, this guy thinks ahead and adapts to the meta over and over again. He also adapts to the way players perceive him. So you saw that.
Right,
Sparty's
that's
like,
exactly what-
Bro, are
He's
we
like,
fucking
Sparty thinks
old?
I'm just gonna
Oh my
run away
God.
because that's my reputation, right?
No, he's
But
been
I'm
playing
actually
since
gonna
like
reach out and I'm gonna kill him right now.
2009,
So props to Ryanoob for just
09 or
recognizing the
2010.
situation for what it was and making the unexpected play.
'Cause he
that
came
art
up in Halo
deception's
3.
So important in this game.
Yeah, Ryanoob Chads might be
Oh
a
my
new
God,
gamer
it's
tag,
been
alt Smurf account.
13 or 14 years.
That's exactly what he represented there, was just pure Chad gameplay, holding forward peeking when Sparty didn't expect it. But 3 go down for Incognito.
This is great ass time though. They might just cap this last hill.
Bears, this could be their chance to close things out.
After all those fucking plays.
They've been the team in the lead throughout the game for the most part.
Oh my god. Oh! Oh!
Overkill we may have ever seen in the HCS offseason. Holy!
That was so fast. 4 bullets, 4 kills. You cannot win a game with more style than that.
Oh!
I can't wait.
Oh my god. Wait.
Louis, run that back, man. Oh my god. I have never... That may have actually just beat Chicks Overkill against G1 in HCS Season 1. I know this is online. Getting a little excited here, but take a look and you'll see why.
Look at the no-scope right here. The disgusting
Dude!
no-scope. Oh my god. I mean, we got to talk about the teammates too, though, because, I mean, this target's already weak, not looking at him. Second target knows he's here, but this is the most impressive shot. The no-scope mid-air, both players jumping. Next 2 targets are already one shot, just has to hit the body. But
and the nanosecond recognition, that precision only requires a body shot.
That was so gross.
As impressive as this no-scope here, right? I mean, this is insane. Husk could have QT'd out of there.
Yeah, I was trying so hard to get the reaction
down
ease.
to another no-scope. This is that. I'm sorry. Put that on your HCS highlight reel #1s for at least until LAN starts, because that was it right there. Sparty.
That was so sick, dude.
So clean, man. We love to see it. Also, props to Nighty Night switching to him at the perfect moment to find that. I mean,
bro, where's the clip?
The observer, man. Like,
yes,
holy crap.
we actually need to stop down, because
I need the clip, man.
I tell people in the Halo community all the time, you gotta watch LVT because we got Nighty Night observing.
On God, as soon as I get the clip from Sparty's chat, we're watching it, bro. I need the reaction
on LVT, because you got a GOAT, an OG, a guy who's been on the sticks. He knows exactly what these guys are going through.
All right, bro. We're watching the broadcast.
Who to tune into, and that might have been one of the best examples.
Oh, can you wait? Can we
actually
actually?
For MVP and Sparty as well, man. That was unbelievable. How sick is this? Lost in the moment. I almost forget what the series score is. It's 2-1 Bad News Bears, because that was electric.
Oh my god. Like I said, I mean, it felt like Bad News Bears were in control of that match throughout, and that was just the exclamation mark.
Hang on. Yo, good looks. Good looks, Ryko. Yo, we gotta peep this. We gotta peep this. Yo, we're doing fucking detective work here, man.
Hey, just milk kill, just milk.
Top mid, one shot, top mid, 2 top mid. One shot, close to you, K. Close right, one shot.
Coming.
Dead. Oh my fucking god!
Oh my fucking god!
Hey, just milk kill, just milk that shit,
Yes. One shot.
I'm grenaded.
Okay.
Yo, dummy ramp.
On me.
Spawn green, nobody, they're all left.
Top mid, one shot, top mid, 2 top mid. One shot, close to you, K. Close right, one shot.
Coming.
Dead. Oh my fucking god!
Oh my fucking god!
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, spawn mid.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Chess match. Both these teams I would consider to be
that was
the best
crazy
players on Argyle, and we just saw Ryan
that was actually so gross, bro.
Overtime to make it to this point
and to seal the game
against Business.
That is so sick.
And this vent control with the sniper rifle is going to be something you see throughout this game. Collect, one of the best to ever do it. And right now, they actually look to be in a good position.
That
to
is
pull
so
this flag.
sick, bro.
I'm actually glad you brought that up, Eli, because Incognito, they don't have the flag run out now.
There have been some gross-ass clips.
OBJ, but Incognito's deficiency for me in that previous
in these
Argyle
tournaments,
CTF,
man.
They would continue
You've
running
been playing
flag when they
crazy,
needed to
and
go
in the
for
twos
slay.
tournaments.
It wasn't until an OT, Ryanoob with the IGL said, I think it was.
Everybody's just been going ape
I think
shit.
it was Husser Precision. He said,
also,
yeah,
after that, like,
he said, make
bro,
sure you stop and slay. As we see,
Bad News
more
Bears
slays
might
go down
just
for Bad News Bears. They play
slap
their
their
process 1,
shit
2,
this
3,
map.
and they now
Ooh, we just fell off the map.
lead.
Okay.
Look at this. Looks like, did Boo Boo Doo fall off the map? Is that what I just saw in the kill feed?
Oh,
I
Don't
don't know.
go for that grapple play like we saw in Catalyst, maybe.
Well, it was Collect that had the grapple, so I don't know.
Yo, Ryko, how you doing, brother? What's going on?
I don't know what happened. Rest in peace.
And
he should be back
good
on the map
looks.
now. But both
On
these
the,
teams
on the
really
VOD
going to be trying to get control of these snipers. The new ones are spawning in 5 seconds. Keep in mind the timer is now 2.5 minutes on this map, thanks to the changes from HCS. Make it a little slightly less sniper focused, but you can bet you're still going to see a ton of sniping on this game type. I'd like to see which team gets away with their sniper with enough ammo.
Look at that there. Collect utilizing the transparency of the geometry before him to get a little bit of intel. Could spot Ryanoob there. You can tell that communication went into the Discord feed. Always love picking up things from these pro players. As Boobadooboo has the snipe in his hand. 6 shots to work with. 9 minutes left. And with this 1-0 lead on Argyle, Eli, we did see some changes between Season 2 and 3, but this is a map that doesn't often feature scoring. So for Bad News Bears to get a score off the rip just 2 minutes into the game bodes well for them, but it's now incognito with the flag out. Ryanoob, though, almost gets baited a little bit into that, running through. Thought he had some space. Boobadooboo would have been there to clean him up regardless, and this flag run looks dead for now.
This is such a chess match right
Whoa.
now. Both the snipers valuing their life, precision, kind of obligated, feeling obligated to push up here. Might be able to pull this flag, might be able to get a spawn snipe. Sees that player spawn on the snipe elbow.
They're fucked.
Just waiting to see if he rechal's, but Collect's too smart for that. Gonna actually just go the other way. Boobadooboo is still holding on to a sniper at his base. Neither team really getting a ton of value out of the snipe kills that they get, because in this game mode you really have to get at least 3 dead just to get into the base, and then you also need to apply max pressure to the spawners as you're running it. So just getting 1 kill here and there, it doesn't really gain any value for you over the long run. Of course you're still going to fight, but we're really not going to see another flag pull, I think, until one team goes at least 3 dead.
Yeah, some maps you might cut into 2 or cut into half. Talk about a 3-lane map like Pit, but this is a map that you really got to play in thirds when you talk about your process of running that flag.
You really thought he was pushing close on him.
The 33% mark, and more often than not, you got to drop the flag, and you got to play for those slays.
Damn, both of those hit him.
Looks to push in through the back, goes down to low HP. Gonna stay alive for now, lift back up, grab another grapple, but it's not there yet. For now, just playing extremely defensive, and I think that is in part due to this 1-0 lead. 7:15 left.
It's kind of what we saw from Incognito in the game that we watched with their comms. They're just trying to play the process. They're like simultaneously fighting one player. They're trying to hold their angles for one another to keep each other alive.
That was a good try.
Been doing so quite well, but haven't quite got full control of mid-map just yet.
Whoa, and he missed the melee.
Melee's a little bit too early, and look at the instant grapple play.
Gotta live,
I talk about this a lot in CTF. As soon as you get a kill, you gotta hold forward and go for that flagpole. Turns out there was 2 members playing defense at that moment, so it didn't work out for Descendant, but I like the idea. While that member of the other team is off the map, that's the best time to pull the flag.
Whew. Collect with another snipe in his hand as we approach the 6-minute mark. Looking to secure this 1-0 lead. Still playing defensively. We haven't. This is kind of unorthodox for Collect. We usually don't see him in the back of the map. Ooh, got to check his corner. As he does, he gets a little intel, it sounds like. Sparty calling him out, finishing him, taking him down. The Descendant trades out. He's got a snipe of his own in his hands. Looking to take down Sparty. Goes down to 1 HP. Repositions, reshields. Now back on board here with Collect. Dueling snipe coming up here. Oh, he spots the glint across the map from Carmea. Got to take down Huss first, though. Repositions. And looks back at Descendant, all the while working his way up on the map. I love this play here from Collect.
Both snipers recognizing how important it is that they stay alive. Don't give that sniper to the other team. You're going to have to sit back a little bit more. We do see Collect pushing up because his teammates have gotten kills. Now he's going to try to position himself to apply pressure to these spawners, and if he can do so, this could be another cap.
Ooh, Collect hitting a couple shots, but he's got no more sniper left. Unfortunate timing there.
Fucking unhinged.
He's going to have to rely on the tried and true.
Might be a cap, though.
Bandit Evo. Rigo
hang
down
on, no.
Incognito precision. Last play alive. Keeps it.
Never mind.
But doesn't keep that flag from scoring as Bad News Bears go up 2-0. And in a map like this, Eli, it feels almost like a 3-0. 5 minutes left.
Exactly right. Now keep in mind the changes with that flag being in the front of the base. Now we will see more flags get out of the base, but these teams are still playing the meta in a way that they're not going to really go for the caps until they've got multiple opponents dead. A little bit surprised to see Descendant go in the base this way, and then looks like he started to run it towards the snipe, but now lifts up in the base, I believe, and has the flag at the top of the base. Going to wait for these kills to come through before he starts running it. It looks like he is ultimately stopped, at least for now.
Ryanoob previously landed some very contested jump shots there on Sparty. What's allowed
contested jump shot
through.
Smothered jump shot.
Sort of reset things. Ooh. Oh, and with that slay on precision, Sparty coming off a spawn. going to make it much more difficult. And how disappointing for Incognito. They've got players in the red team's base. They just don't have the numbers advantage afterwards. Ryan Noob sort of the first domino to fall as Huss stay alive. Push up through the back of the red base, but Boo Boo Doo sends him back to the respawn screen.
Boo Boo gave him the hands.
Just kind of feels like something is off with Incognito right now. I don't know. They're
Yeah, I mean, they got pissed on
like
to end the live fire, bro.
These flag pulls a little bit harder than they normally would. It doesn't feel like the same Incognito process that they usually play. Maybe they'll be able to recognize that and pull it together a little bit. Precision hitting a disgusting no-scope, but it's not even going to matter because this whole team dies essentially right away. Sparty with the sniper on top of the map. This is never what you want to see. I've seen too many Twitter clips. I know what's coming next.
We just saw one last game.
We just saw a Twitter clip, Eli.
What are you channeling for? What is that?
Sparty is going to have me chuckling until I fall asleep. And
Goofy ass challenge.
Tomorrow, just after witnessing that insane overkill from Sparty. What a treat it is here
Bro,
to
they're finna
enjoy
spawn
some
on
Halo
you.
with you guys. As Sparty looks to shut down game
Bro,
number
he's tweaking
4,
slime.
shut down this series. Oh my God! He shuts down this second with a cross map no scope through the sky. Shuts them down.
Headshot nonetheless.
What
oh my
the
God.
fuck?
I was about to comment on the way he's just patrolling the top of the map, just looking for where the spawners show up, finds one and like a robot lines up the shot for the
Holy
quick
shit,
scope.
man.
And that might just have been the nail in the coffin.
Oh, and he threw it to him.
Incognito
Oh my God, dude.
Tournament. Oh my God.
Oh, wait.
Dear God, is what I'm thinking, man.
Ah, we just missed it. Damn it, we going back again. We going back again, y'all.
Where'd he go?
On your right, bottom mid.
He's up.
One shot on my.
Ryan, our vendor.
He's right over flat. Like
I'm over portal.
He went shit.
3 dead.
Nice.
Last guy was flagged. Last guy was flagged.
okay. I'm sniped.
He's probably hiding their
We are
bottom
blocking
pistol or
elbow. We are
something.
blocking
Yeah,
elbow.
I'm
Walking
down
up,
here.
walking up.
Can't write it.
Yo, they're
It definitely comes up a lot in this game.
Okay. I'm coming. I'm pushing pistol. I'm coming.
Yo,
I got one.
Above their snipe.
One more. I'm mapping. Ryan. Weak. 2 weak.
Shit.
Two more.
There's a snipe down on my exit.
Dead.
Shit, 3.
Could be more on you. I'm coming to you, Dusty. Just make sure. Blocking elbow.
I'm gonna check our left flank real quick.
Out their flag.
Flag. R1. Our pistol.
Damn.
Okay.
Looking our base.
Where's he on?
I'm mapping.
I'm here.
Might be
Where's
our
he on,
flag.
Jesse?
He might be our back flag. I don't know.
Okay, I'm looking.
Bottom mid, guys. Precision. Bottom mid. Precision.
He's front of base.
I'm at.
They're no free.
I traded with bottom mid.
Watch out front of base. On the right.
He's 2 dead.
Nice,
2 dead.
shit.
Nice. Still 2 dead.
Yo, throw it up.
He's on our plasmas. Nice. Let's
Good
fucking go.
Shit. Pissed on. So fucking bad, bro. Look at that shit team.
Yeah, oh my God, I love that. I love it.
Carrots.
He's up pissed on. Literally a
it's on
shit
Twitter,
It's
team.
on Twitter. Okay, let's go.
Go check it out. It's on Twitter. I posted
we're
on
about
the
to drop
Twitters,
the
I got it on the
links.
Reddit. It's everywhere, boys. It's everywhere.
Yeah,
This is fun.
I think
This
the
is
only
fun.
proper response is that's what 3,000 CSR looks like in ranked play, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah, that is just unreal.
Absolutely unreal. I guess you know what? We'll just give the people what they want. Let me find the damn clip.
Oh my God, dude. I still can't get over just like how perfect it is. Like, every shot just lands, right? It's just so clean and so dirty at the same time. The headshot, so the one's a body, the last one.
Can't tell what the last one is because the extern covers it. But it was probably a body.
Shots, but damn, are they good ass bodies?
Yeah, they're extremely close to all face shots to be real. But man,
Dude, if he would have tapped it off with one at the
It
very
doesn't
end,
matter,
it's
bro.
just- the thing about
That's
it
fucking
is
disgusting.
It's a dagger play, right? It just
Yeah.
completely shuts down any sort of comeback. Like you're able just to sit there and celebrate after you hit a clip like that, just because you know no one else is coming anytime soon.
And
yeah,
they
I mean,
celebrate
I
they
believe it
did.
was 3-1, and Bad News Bears had the lead.
Well,
in that
Sparty
game,
did
and,
anyway.
Incognito was coming back with a vengeance until that moment. And that was
sick.
The dagger.
That was so
kills
sick,
the
dude.
Momentum, takes the air out of the room. They can't even
So
get
sick.
a flag pull. I'm just kidding. I'm sure they got a flag pull, but man, I don't know.
So steez, dude. So fucking steez.
The series might have been may as well have been over at that point.
Such a good clip. And you can see we're rolling along in our bracket right now. Bad News Bear is going to be going up against No Org, the Latin American.
What's going on the other side, though?
Semi-final.
Yeah, shout out to the Latin Americans taking down Jimbo, Wutum, Snipe Drone, and Mighties. So we got Drift, Noble, Tapping Buttons, and Acid coming through for this next match. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and take us to a quick break. Oh, Acid is here. So hopefully it's not much longer. We'll just hang out with you guys either way. We are in an ad break, so if you are enduring the ads, the onslaught of ads, well, I do apologize, but it's how this is possible. We wouldn't be able to put up this prize pool if it wasn't for the viewership on these tournaments. And so thank you for being a part of what we see as something beautiful. Dude, I feel like every single day has had its own hype moments that are just like self-defining, and I think I'm trying to calm down. The adrenaline's still pumping, man. You know what? I imagine that the neighbors are calling the cops right now. Mikowski's neighbors, they're like, yo, there's a madman.
Marty's neighbors too, bro.
Homeboy got loud, bro. He got loud.
Woo! Damn.
Yeah, we gotta be careful. We gotta keep him under check because it's can't have him losing his voice. We can't have two people out of it. Just like sudden.
It's that good.
We've had banging clips the last couple of days.
That's what I was saying, bro.
Insane clip from our 2v2 tournament, now our 4v4
Brother's been
tournament.
actually going apeshit in these tournaments.
Indeed. Well, I need to get these graphics updated.
Wait, whoa,
so,
why are...
We'll just hang out here for a second.
Why are we
as you
doing
can
just
see,
this half of the
lobby's starting to
bracket?
Populate, so
Is nobody else playing?
we'll be right back here in just a few moments.
Also, can I get a highlight reel, man? What happened in the... I didn't get to watch any of the Swiss matches earlier. Phase up 1-0 over Optic and COD right now. Oh, Slasher's breaking GAs? What happened? Wait, somebody getting stair glitched? Oh, that was the GA that Boston broke? Oh, okay. The other side of the bracket caught up. I see. Rebellion versus whoever that is. But yeah, I don't know who's on what team, so we will have to see. Recharge Hold, Streets TS, Plaza King, Hit Flag, and Live Fire TS Game 5. I like that map set actually.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just like that, bad news bears advance. They now face tapping buttons and the boys no org. So it's
let me see it.
Eli, as we have already loaded into game number 1.
Forgot stair glitches were a thing until I got hit with a side door in Karachi.
Sorry, I'm watching the Sparty clip. Eli.
Yeah.
I'm a little distracted, but
I have been stair glitched so many times.
Eli, what are your thoughts as we get into this next series?
I mean, we're going to get to see probably more of it, right? I mean, we got Boo Boo and Sparty back on your screen. Now they're going against some of Mexico's best. We got tapping buttons back in the mix, playing with some of his old teammates, which is super exciting. Obviously, he was the standout performer that got picked up by Native White last season, but now going back to his roots a little bit, playing with Drift, Acid, and Noble in this one, but playing against a red-hot Boo Boo Doo and Spartan, and they're not going to make it easy to progress further in this bracket.
Yeah, tapping buttons with that top.
I see on Twitter everybody talking about the GAs now.
White squad. That was from the open bracket.
His and Slash are going back and forth, I see.
As we're used to seeing tapping buttons pop off, now Neptune doing his thing with the perfect shots. Little mixy back and forth. Both teams vying for some control here as it looks like I see. After a scrum at the beginning, will take control of A, B, and C, and they'll roll with that.
Oh. Whoa!
Ooh, very nice. That's a huge squad wipe while they already had the trip cap. Usually,
freaky.
The trip cap comes in after you get the squad wipe, but if your team already has the trip cap and you get the squad wipe, that is really disastrous for the blue team. Not only do they have to come off spawn and get a few kills, but then they also have to win the space, and Collect knows exactly where they're spawning. Looks like Bad News Bears purposefully spawn them in gold, and it's very hard to get out of gold if your opponents are on both exit points.
Blender potential here as Collect runs out of ammo in that shock rifle and runs out of life for the time being. He'll send back to the respawn screen as Drift at the 99% mark on that hill, but it goes back in favor.
Ooh, with this goofy ass BR, bro.
There from Boo Boo Doo Boo.
So huge to maintain control. That means that 0 points will be awarded to No Org after that play. They're going to have to win control of the map once again and look to do so. Now 3 dead on the side of Bad News Bears. Sparty going to shut down a player at the blue pipes. Try to stop this person capping B. It's going to be very difficult to do so from this position, though. Ultimately, tapping takes him down, and suddenly no org are back on the board.
Drift down to 1 HP. Neptune senses it, slides in, looking to reclaim B, but he goes down. Now Collect looking across the map.
You talking about me?
Looks to gain revenge for his fallen teammate.
Oh, he missed.
Oh, tries to grapple the camo, but actually
good.
grapples
Boo Boo got
down
that
to the
shit?
location. A little bit of a miscommunication, maybe, especially with Boo Boo Doo Boo so close to it. He'll take it. and maintain it as he does not
his
go
Spartan
down,
just said,
his life as well. And with two
Spartan
going
just
down
grunted
here
loud
for
as
No
hell.
Org, this could easily turn back into a trip cap
Oh,
for BNB as Boo Boo Doo Boo
shit.
wants to really make sure he finds the right shot, right angle, takes down Noble, lines up the headshot.
That was good camo
still
plays though.
finds the
That was a good
double
trade because that was a
nonetheless.
mixy ass situation.
I know that BNB stands for Bad News Bears, but I want to just think of it as bread and butter, man. These guys know how to play Halo like it's a damn breakfast food. I don't even know what to say about it, man. These guys playing every
What the
situation
fuck
so
does that
perfectly
mean?
together, and they're making it almost impossible for No Org
These
to
guys
get
know
any
how to
matches.
play Halo like a damn breakfast food.
Yeah, I think of like B&B, like bed and breakfast, like you said, because these guys are putting everyone to sleep. Put them in a sleeper hold, as that's exactly what this looks like. But just as I'm talking about that, No Org, they have done a great job to regain their footing. Thought maybe they had a trip cap. You feel like they might need it to come back. Neptune shuts that down though with the double kill.
What does that
But
mean?
for now, No Org maintain possession of two. Not until Boo Boo though slides into C, and it looks like a short scoring spurt for for No
Bro,
Org.
this sound like CX conversations when we're all off the Pine Park.
On the other side, great job reversing that part of the map there from No Org, as Boo Boo gets the double kill, but No Org get A and B.
It's usually kind of how this map goes, right? Like if the team gets control,
This sound like me and Dallas at 4 a.m.
A and gold, allowing the other team to spawn at C. So most of the time when you cap C, you're usually going to also be giving up A and B. Still makes sense to cap it though, because obviously you don't want to give the other team a cap for free. But now the process is going to be, how do they get out of this C hold? It looks like Drift able to protect the B hold at the same time Noble gets this camo, and suddenly Bad News Bears are going to have to play out of this, and that kill is actually a lot bigger.
I genuinely
than
have no idea. I genuinely have no idea.
Right in that moment,
Phase up 2-0 over Optic, and they're getting pissed
Bad
slammed.
News Bears can play out of the next sequence,
and it continues on.
Yeah, and now that Collect goes down in a staggered position, it's going to continue to be difficult. But it looks like maybe a member of Bad News Bears was able to get into A, but they're also taken down. And I really think that this extended hold is all because they staggered Sparty's death about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, for most of us at home, starting the blender means pushing a button on the Ninja, but for these Halo pros, starting the blender means staggering that last, or I guess first player, in a long distance away, not necessarily in terms of meters, but in terms of seconds, right? Sparty, you get to spawn out 5-6 seconds late. And look at this, Eli, while I still continue talking about this point you made, the staggered blender continues here with Collect and Neptune both going down. This has brought No Org right back in it. They're going to get a trip cap once again.
I could see the writing on the wall, man. As soon as one team is stuck at C, they need to all four stay alive.
What are we cooking on this cast?
That position in the most, I guess, efficient way possible. But No Org just shutting it down early is the reason that they're able to make this massive comeback. They're still putting them in the blender as we speak. They're now allowing the other team to spawn at A and just going to try to protect B afterwards. Try to collapse on both sides. Drift is going to clean up on the damage. See if Sparty can finally get through. Looks like Boo Boo finds a double kill. And now, finally, out of the blender, they're actually going to start spawning No Org at the C side of the map. If they can kill this player that got into gold, they could potentially hold this for a while.
All right, things just now hit that reset button, Eli. And in that sequence, 147 and rolling to 138. It's just a 10-second game after that 1, maybe even 2-minute blender that No Org had running. But now they go 3 down. And now they might get put in the blender as Drift dies a little bit further out than Acid does. This could even force a split spawn on a map like Recharge, but with nobody at C on the red team, that should give them full control of that location. Everybody spawning on that side of the map. But Collect sends him back to the respawn screen. Turn 180 potential headshot there on Acid, but no, he goes down to what looks like maybe a teammate.
It's well known in the pro community and, I mean, higher level gameplay for this game type that A and B is the hold that you want. For the most part, there are setups for every configuration of the strongholds for sure, but the strongest one by far is holding A and B and forcing your opponents to spawn at C. Both teams have gone for that. This is the first time we've seen some deviation from that. Now, No Org is actually going for a BC hold. They've got members at both the silo and in the gold pipes. And it actually looks pretty good for right now. They're actually able to hold onto it and then also get control of A. I do expect they're going to let the other team now spawn in gold and try to collapse and stop them from getting out.
Oh, this is looking really good, Eli. They got control of 3. They've got all 4 down previously for Bad News Bears. They're coming off spawn on the A side of the map. That's how they're able to recollect that cap point. But 2 more go down. It's a 2v2 even gunfight. Here as Noble looks to slide along the side of Gold. Drift in a 1v1. Camo location. He goes down. Noble looking to take the bat ledge high ground to gather some intel and some more damage. But he goes down, and now Bad News Bears have regained their footing and control of A and B.
They're going to have to be very disciplined in this moment, though. Every time they go down early, just like this, that's when No Org is able to get
whoa! We'll be seeing ya.
Sticky grenade from Sparty. He's going to do a ton of damage, get that player taken off the map.
All right, here we go. We're getting down into crunch time here.
After Collect went down, but Sparty with a massive double kill to swing his team back into control.
Ooh, and it looked like No Org, though.
This is going to be the fight for the game.
That could be huge for them as they look to regain control of one of the 2 cap points, A and B, to start the scoring once again.
All right, they're pushing A.
Acid goes down. 2v1 potential there. Drift takes down his opponent.
But Sparty does get one.
On the Gold side.
They do a lot of damage.
Tapping Buttons reclaims A, and there's not going to be the pressure. They're going to come, but going to come
That's a good nade shot.
As Tapping Buttons will secure
or remote detonation, whatever the fuck.
Has started once again for them. This one's close.
That's good damage, but they should just give A right back. They can't kill that guy top gold.
Remote detonation spot.
Damn, bro. Collect is just causing problems from gold, bro, because they can't cross.
Keep in mind, those used to be in the gold pipes, but they've moved out onto...
Damn, this should be game, honestly.
And I got killed by that remote.
They're finally trying to break gold, but
fun. It really stifles.
Might be too late.
Into A and tapping.
Plus, he took a melee. He should get traded.
Yeah, that new remote detonation spot on recharge. We highlighted it.
I actually don't know where Sparty went.
As well, where Repulsor once was. You got 2 stickies now.
Well, Sparty's in the point, but it doesn't matter because he gets mapped. That's game.
Finishing touches here for Bad News Bears.
That is
Sparty with another snipe in his hand, and he could absolutely shut the door on any hope of a comeback. But I don't know with the time and space if No Org are even going to have a chance. No, they will not step foot in A or B. And Bad News Bears,
solid ass first game for Bad News Bears.
Fight from No Org, take game 1.
Very impressive stuff. I mean, we saw moments of greatness from No Org, though. Like I pointed out, that when they get that kill on Sparty while they were trying to set up the push out of C, they were able to get the most out of that kill and kept them in the blender for about 150 uncontested points. Yeah. So we know these guys know how to do it once they get into control, but kind of
it's just the breaking that setup,
bro.
The
most important part of this game is how do you play when you're the team in the blender? How are you able to get out of it faster than your opponent? Because at this level, both teams are capable of putting the other in the blender, right? But how do you get out is the question. And Bad News Bears just played their process. They kept fighting, eventually had enough damage down and got the right angles to finish the kills, and then stole the map right back. And I think they played through just about every sequence very well.
Yeah, a lot of the focus is going to be on Sparty and Bad News Bears after that game 1 win, but can we just give a quick shout out to the Mexico scene? My God, has this been a surging region and community for Halo recently? Top 9 through 12, first time in their history. Does Mexico secure that spot at the Halo World Championship? And now they're coming out here in the offseason and giving some of these top teams their best shot. Dare I even say, at least as far as it relates to the matchup against Bad News Bears, they look better than Incognito did previously. And I think a lot of people would probably have Incognito above this No Org roster, but they're scrappy. They're fighting.
Here we go.
And
game 2 Streets
game
TS.
2, Bad News Bears take an L, and with how
and respectfully, you got to think this series is going to be a 3-0.
A series on our end. If they're able to do the exact
Although
same
if
thing, starting off
if
here,
this blue team were to steal a game, it would be this one.
I think that Drift and Tapping are who most would consider.
All that being said, though, game 1 was very close.
2 players out of the LATAM region, putting them together with Noble and Acid.
Maybe not very close.
We're also very experienced in making waves in recent years. This is definitely one of the
strongest
rosters that we've ever seen assembled from Latin America. It's very exciting to see Tapping back on the stage. They were able to get that 9 through 12 finish without Tapping, by the way, because he had moved to a North American squad. So when he comes back, they're even stronger, right? So
that's a top 18, man. I'm just going to say it.
Very well could be. I mean, they've already secured themselves top 4 in this tournament. Keep in mind, they just beat Wootum, Jimbo, Mighties in the round before this in a game.
I don't know if
5.
these brothers
That's
top
how
8.
No Org has got to this point. So these guys are absolutely.
They could definitely be good, but
yeah, LATAM deserves your support, guys. Give it to them if you see them on your stream
or
maybe
team
on Twitter.
kill.
They deserve the gas, as they are gassing all along here.
There's a lot of teams, bro. I think people forget.
Pedal to the metal, as they've built themselves a
Optic Phase, SSG, Send, Quadrant, Complexity.
Advantageous spawn against the back wall, and it looks like full
That's
control
6
of the
right
map
there.
right now for No Org. They're just waiting for Sparty to push out. Oh, get caught in a sprint there. Does Drift. Unfortunate timing
Rebellion,
there. Rebellion.
motherfucking.
Dip back into C. So he ran through, but didn't realize Sparty doubled back. Good heads-up play there from Sparty.
I think that was actually a team kill there because Sparty was not shooting his gun when he was awarded with the kill. Acid behind his teammate, I think, may have accidentally headshotted his teammate.
Good
trying
route.
to help him out. Happens sometimes. You know, I know everyone in chat's gonna say something. Oh, he team
Native,
killed.
thank
LOL.
you.
Like, come
G1.
on, bro. You know you've team killed.
Yeah,
before.
like that's with 9 teams.
It happens to pro players too. So.
I'm not saying these brothers are ass. I'm just saying it'll be tough to break into the top 8.
Now on the map, and right now it looks like
it's a lot of good teams. It's a lot of good teams.
Convincing 2-possession lead right now for No Org as they're up by 7, now 6. There's a few slays go out. 3 go down for No Org. Last player alive is Acid. He goes down as well to the shots from Collect. And
yeah, they're reading the spawns as well.
Trading out in that sequence. No Org goes all 4 down, but maintain a 4+ lead. That's impressive cheeky play from them.
They secured the camo, which denied it from the other team. We see Collect just
big play.
The shotgun, baiting this spot in the arcade where he knows his opponents are coming from, gets the shotgun beat down and the sticky grenade, and tells Neptune that he dropped the shotty, so Neptune going to grab it. I mean, that could not have been played better by Bad News Bears, but at the same time, they're still kind of slowing the game down here. Collect gonna find a kill, and now the forces are gonna swarm in, see if they can kill the rest of the team here.
Unfortunate there. Neptune looked to have the damage to take down that low shield opponent, but instead he goes down, loses possession of the shotgun. Now in the hands of No Org, as Collect pushes up on the cafe side, has some help, has some support. Neptune cleans up on Acid. As Neptune on the other side of the map from Collect, that's a nice cleanup there, playing his angles really well, playing his shots even better with the perfect, but he eventually goes down, and it's still just again, despite a nice little sequence here from Bad News Bears, the lead is sticking at 6, now 5.
And this man is dangerous with the Stalker rifle. I saw him making electric plays throughout last season. The precision of this man's gun skill, already getting a kill, maybe 2. Also
good trades.
Damage to pick up
Still up
the
6.
assist here. Acid able to clean it up. I like the way Acid's playing this. He knows that tapping is looking over his shoulder from top of the C balk. Might have extended just a little bit there to make sure one of those kills is finished, but you can tell they're highly conscious of playing within one another's sight lines.
Oh no, they leave fucking C open.
Down. As I say that though, tapping takes a kind of difficult
all
position.
Good, they salvage
trying
it.
To contest the camo, gets team shot down, but his team is still able to secure the camo. For now, also still have the Stalker rifle with a few bullets left, and they've been able to actually grow the lead here.
It's been unbelievable.
What the hell?
Based on the eye test, I wouldn't think that the lead has grown. Maybe stayed the same, but no, like you said, No Org continue to take strides and extend their pace beyond the likes of Bad News Bears as they need to catch up, down by 8. 2 possessions, 2 full team wipes needed. Once you get into that 9 kill deficit, that's when it turns into a 3-possession game, and with
yo, brothers just going. Where are you going?
More and more difficult for Bad News Bears to come back. There goes down on the B rail. That's tapping buttons, and Noble stays alive. And that battle rifle, interesting to pick up there. It's in place of the Stalker. You get that long range shots with it as well, and I think that's going to be really important this year, Eli. Finding the DMR BR combo, that's a hell of a kit to have in your hands.
Stalker battle rifle, yeah, absolutely. What I'm noticing, I'm seeing a lot of jumping coming out on the side of No Org. That's actually got multiple members of their team killed several times in a row now. I feel like I'm watching Halo 3 back when that was our only movement option. But like I said, though, it's still 8-point lead here.
Getting a lot of kills.
Make it 9, make it 10, perhaps. Tapping's going to finish this off. And I mean, we've seen some crazy comebacks on this map. It's not over, but this is still one of the tougher maps to come back on.
Especially when you're spawning back C. As it seems, Bad News Bears have strategically positioned their spawns at the back of C. Has No Org. They've really forced that, I should say. As that grenade might just get a double.
Oh,
yes, tapping buttons with a crack shot. Hits Sparty before he could dump into the trash, and tapping buttons puts him in the bin instead. Now looking for a 4th to secure the team wipe, but with a lead this big, doesn't need to press it. Instead, lets his teammate clean it up. This has been a flawless performance here from No Org. No spectacular, but it almost feels like it. As 3 go down, another team wipe.
That's a solid-ass game out of them.
Bears will lose another Slayer. So, starting to see some of their efficiencies and deficiencies. Where does Game 3 go, Eli? Where is it going to come down to another Sparty montage moment to win Game 3, or does No Org have a little bit of life here? It feels like they've got the momentum on their side now.
They played that very well. Very impressive. I'd like to see Tapping's damage ratio here. He had 13 kills, 12 assists, and only 7 deaths. This guy must have output a ton of damage. Wow, somehow
that's efficient.
Drift actually output even more, but man, to only die, so he took just about as much damage as everyone on his team, but he died significantly less. Only 7 deaths with those 12 assists. I mean, he really woke up.
Think about it, Eli. Think about that last sequence we had with tapping buttons, where we mentioned, well, with this big lead, he's not going to feel pressed to push for that 4th and final kill to secure a team wipe. That was a microcosm of his whole game, right? He's not going to overextend or press for a slay. If need be, he'll back up and let his teammate clean it up instead. I think that's exactly why and how we saw that type of a stat sheet from tapping buttons that looked a little peculiar.
Absolutely, but to answer your question, I mean, going into this game, though, I feel like this might be a little different because we have seen Boo Boo and Spartan the Dog be absolutely monstrous on this map. Not just today, but also yesterday in the 2v2 tournament. I mean, these guys look damn near unbeatable on this map. So very curious to see how they play. King of the Hill, obviously very different. You got to be a bit more meticulous. You got to control the spawns. You got to move and rotate around the map as the hills move around the map. But I think they're absolutely prepared for it.
Ammo up top mid. We know Boo Boo Doo Boo wants it. As Noble takes him down. Maybe that's, again, knowing your opponent. You know Boo Boo Doo Boo, one of the best camo players in the world. Maybe that's a emphasis on opponents that face this Sentinels team or this Bad News Bears roster in today's tournament, is knowing that Boo Boo might be going for it off the rip. They bait it and now grab it instead as Noble has possession of the hill and the camo.
And this hill is just a small sliver of bottom middle. It's very hard to stay alive in it. Great stick, by the way. Whoever just stuck Drift, I think it was
Sparty. Sorry about that.
Drift had the shock rifle, so I think his teammates... Sparty is actually looking for this shock rifle right now. Probably going to use the AI scan. I think it's right there. Yep. Picks it up, but he's immediately taken down by the same player that he killed that had it before. That tends to happen a lot, right? You kill the guy with the sniper, you pick it up, and that guy's going to come running right back for you because he wants it back.
He feels like he earned it too, right?
Good time, though.
Yeah, the problem is it might have despawned. Yeah, so if anybody in chat doesn't know this, so if nobody is near tier 2 weapon, so that includes the shotguns, that includes the shock rifle. If nobody is around it for 10 seconds, it will despawn. Very short despawn timer.
What's the radius on that? 10 meters?
It's yeah, probably about 10 meters. I would say maybe like triple the zone of like a flag to contest it. So we saw that the gun was already gone by the time Drift showed up, even though he killed Sparty there. It just wasn't fast enough.
It's a good cap, but they already rotated.
But it does have to do with how close you are to the gun.
They just gave that
and
shit.
If somebody is looking at the gun, it will never despawn, which is very interesting. I call it Schrodinger's,
we thought they did.
Shock rifle because
it pushed way out into blue. What the fuck?
But yeah. Very fun fact, if you die with it, you got to tell your teammate where it is so they can go out of their way to pick it up, because otherwise it's going to despawn and your team might not get it.
All right, well, during that incredible explanation from Eli the Ninja, we've become familiar with that here on the LVT Halo broadcast. No Org have scored their first hill of the game in the early edge.
Oh, they're just challenged.
That new hill location, bottom mid, is to the advantage of No Org, as Boo Boo Doo Boo with the previous double kill has earned himself a little camo to work with.
One's in time. This
motherfucker
Acid just got 2.
Let's see what he can do.
He's been making trick plays with it every day recently.
That was almost sus.
Able to stay alive, reproc it, but all eyes on him despite being invisible. Enemies
it's good. This is a good finesse though. His camo's about to run out, and there it goes. Yeah.
I don't know how they were able to get a grenade to blow up in that exact spot top middle to reveal him. It must have been some.
No, his camo ran out. His camo ran out.
I don't know how, but so Boo Boo to take grenade damage in that spot shows me that No Org was looking for him.
Yeah, you thought he had the cover.
Pretty sure I heard the noise.
He was almost right there in the middle, even on the edge towards the trucks. Thought for sure he had the cover. And Bad News Bears got to make sure that they have this second hill. Don't want to spread it out to a 2-0 game. This one's highly contested. Both of these two teams tied in this particular hill. Boo Boo Doo Boo goes down.
They might get it.
And 3 go down for Bad News Bears.
They're going to get it. That's going to be 2-0.
Gets a huge slay to make it a 2-3. But it's not going to be enough for Bad News Bears, as they didn't have the numbers advantage. Neptune, despite that slay and that play over on the hillside, cannot stop No Org up 2-0.
Very impressive stuff to start off 2-0 against these guys right now who have been hotter than the sun on this map. But Bad News Bears, I know they're not going to be shaken by this. They're just going to play their process, talk about what parts of the map they want to control, talk about which parts of the map they expect their opponents to come out of. And so far, they've got decent time on this next hill, and they've got 3 slays down.
Now, this is exactly what you want to see if you're a BNB fan, is they dismantle no organization, take down all 4 members, and they do so in a little bit of a stagger, but Neptune goes down on the trucks. That's going to allow no org to recollect here off spawn. Sparty, though, with a double kill, protecting a teammate at that over there on the bottom mid side of the
Oh,
map.
and then he nukes Collect.
Ooh, almost needs his teammate there. Collect with the camo. Goes down to a grenade from Drift. And now Neptune looks to fill in that spot in the hill.
Dubu had the camo once
Damage.
again.
Oh!
Not able to get much value out of it, though. He's quickly spotted out. Neptune, though, in great position to finish kills. That was so impressive, the way he just ducked behind. We call that rock the Prius. I know it doesn't look much like a car, but it was in the previous game.
It was a Prius in the last game.
Behind the Prius rock right there, just enough time for his opponent to shoot the rock before re-exposing himself. Perfectly played use of cover in that moment for Neptune to secure that triple kill. Very impressive.
The peek and pop, perfect shots for the triple. Now has Bad News Bears back in this game with their first kill capture in the game.
He had the little stutter step strafe in there too.
They're putting their time.
That was clean as fuck.
Neptune looks to clean up another one, takes down tapping buttons, but it's traded out there with Noble. This should give no org the hill again, but you got to watch out. Collect
shit should be a bang out. This hill fucking sucks anyway.
Look at the aggression from Collect. Knows he can at least finish a kill and get another player weak. That's going to buy enough time for his teammates to push up. Players that he was just shooting at are still weak and unable to fight. Sparty ultimately finishing the kill. And that aggression rewarded so powerfully. That's why Collect has been such a sought-after player in the league. This man does not care. He will launch himself into your face, hit his shots, and even he's come off the respawn timer and he's already back in the hill. And look at this, he's shooting back, tapping buttons. One of the best players to ever shoot a gun in this game, and it's making him look silly right now.
Yeah, great timing there from Collect as well.
Damn.
To take that peek on tapping buttons as he's in a little bit of no man's land in front of the truck.
It's a good time though. This is a lot of good ass time. And Sparty gets camo.
As Collect lands those shots across map, all while
What a Sparty.
scoring some OBJ time.
Never mind, he died.
This is the type of efficiency you love to see if you're a Halo nerd like us.
Never mind.
It looks like
oh, they're gonna break. Hang on a second.
But Collect goes down to an opposing flank of their own. Noble. That's the man on the flank. He gets 2, 3, 4.
And they spawn tram. They spawn tram.
Hold on to your butts. This is not going to be a score like we thought. At least
All of
not
Bad
for
News
now.
Bears
No
is spawning
org with
lift.
Control of the hill and all 4 down to Bad News Bears. This might just get them right back in it.
Love to see this process though. From
Oh,
Bad News
whoa.
Bears.
They're gonna break right back.
Prioritize getting kills around the perimeter of the map before pushing in.
GG's.
Don't want anybody to shoot them in the back or the side as they approach the hill. As soon as those kills were down, they essentially held forward to get
Already
into
gets 2.
the action. Able to get a 3, maybe make that
Whoa,
4
whoa,
dead.
whoa.
If this player goes down, there's still a player that spawned. Drift is running.
It's staying
bottom
mixy.
middle to try to
Neptune
any
with a good ass
follow-up
cutoff
on his
bottom middle.
teammates' damage, but this has gone back and forth. Both teams fighting very hard for this, but that was
Oh!
exceptionally played by Bad News Bears to break into the setup.
Good plays by Nep right there.
Oh yeah, sensing a little desperation here for no org as they're
2-2.
desperately holding forward. Even in that instance where it looked like the hill was for sure to be captured, continue to press up on it. Maybe could have rotated to the next hill. Nonetheless, they'll secure it with 2 members in that hill location. Boo Boo Dooble on the window, looking to get some cross shots. Noble with the pre-fire. But Boo Boo Dooble does a great job to dodge it and re-engages at the time when Sparty pushes up. Love that teamwork there from the duo, Boo Boo and Sparty.
Love this play from Boo Boo. So he's purposefully holding this, we call that spot glass, to manipulate the spawns and move them towards the tram and blue.
One's on him, he should know.
So he's
Yeah.
just sitting right here, essentially
Good insta.
no org
He's one
from
shot.
taking this
Beautiful.
angle to shoot his hill player, because this is one of the best positions to shoot.
Beautiful
the
play
hill
by
from.
Boo Boo.
So he's trying to
Camo's coming up.
keep
He's probably
these
gonna help
players
with
off of the
this.
sideline as long as possible. Now that his teammates have died,
They gotta get him off at his
he's kinda
hill though.
forced to move
They got a lot of
forward,
time.
stealing a ton of damage and keeping his life.
Ooh, they kind of have really good spot here.
And just buying time for his teammates to show up.
Big play there from Boo Boo Dooble just to stay alive.
No org is
That
actually in a
one
great spot right here,
sliver
and they're gonna
of
get 2
yellow
dead.
health. Eventually goes down though. Camo
3
up,
dead.
and it
Camo
looks like
falls
tapping
bottom middle, but they're
buttons
gonna
might
get it.
secure No, he goes down to the trade.
Oh.
But with all
This
4
should be a
down for
cap. This
Bad
should be
News
3-2.
Bears, they're gonna get Camo is no org. They're gonna get this 3rd hill, and they're gonna regain the lead
Hang
with
on.
just 2 to go.
Such an important hill to get. 2 minutes left on the clock. Time could become a factor here. So it's definitely a difficult hill.
I like this, and I like getting all this initial, bro.
Take advantage of his camo.
Oh, but he gets eagle-eyed. What the hell? He wasn't even moving.
Like
Oh my god.
No, he's spotted first. Gets the perfect reversal on collect.
Holy shit.
Drift finding a kill in the kill feed. Finds 2. And suddenly this is looking like it's very winnable for no org.
And this is a lot of time.
Kills and deaths. This
What?
is about dead even, Eli. I think it's a.
What are we doing?
2 for Bad News Bears. So this could not be any
What's
more
going on?
contested. Noble with the pop shot into the platform. Going to get some trickle damage out with that electrical magnification of the shock rifle. Stays alive. Gets repulsor down to bottom mid. You know he's being called out. He's one shot. He's got the shock. Everybody on the map knows where he is, but he's still able to stay alive. What a play there from Noble as he gets back into the hill and could potentially give No Org a 2-1 lead in the series.
Oh no, he gets his ass beat.
Intelligent use of cover throughout that whole play, and he's going to be rewarded for it with some more kills.
Oh,
this could be
big
the
plays.
End of the game if he keeps this up.
What an impressive sequence here from Noble. This is another one you could break down in one of your Metafy sessions, Eli, because Noble has played this perfectly. Still has the shock in his hand. Now he's rolling around bottom mid. Still alive.
GG.
Still finding slays. Finally
GG.
goes down, but not before securing it. Just
Wow.
as Dubu got the double kill.
Wow.
No organization secure that bottom mid hill. Perfect timing. I would have hated to see what could have happened for them had that not gone through. Boo Boo with the double, but No Org with the win.
We talk about tapping buttons as a standout performer from Mexico, but it's time we start talking a little bit more about Drift. I mean, this guy, when tapping was not having a great game, tapping going -10, Drift stepping up to the plate, going +6, was a massive reason why his team was able to get control. Look at that, over 6,000 in damage. Acid, by the way, 6,400 of his own, very impressive. Sparty with the lowest on the board. How often do we see Sparty with the lowest damage? I feel like something was off. He was getting shut down a bit this game and might be a bit frustrating, right? We know that Sparty can be a little bit on edge at times, to say the very least. So I'm hoping that he's able to lock back in.
The fuck?
His teammates able to refocus him so he can stand out in this next game. And man, we're going into Empyrean Flag. We love this game type.
Why'd I feel...
you and I were on the main stage playing this game type, what, 2009? Now
kind of a weird thing to say.
Together in 2024. Obviously, the map looks a little different than it did back then, but I can't wait to get into this one. There's so many talented snipers on both these rosters, and I love to see snipers on this map.
This is my
All right, lock in,
favorite
everybody.
map and game mode
If I had to guess, I'd say we're
in
probably going
Halo
5, but
history,
we'll
the
see.
Pit CTF,
That was a
man.
good-ass game
And
out
how
of No
incredible,
Org last
Eli, that
game.
we got to, speaking of being on the cast, we were on the cast yesterday for it was Renegades shot through the crack. I'll never forget Pistola and Snipe Down going back and forth, sniping each other through the cracks as Pistola got the better of Snipe Down in that 09 tournament. I think it was Orlando 09, as Pistola got the double kill through the cracks on the snipe towers here on the pit. So many wonderful memories here across Halo as we get to recreate and celebrate them here with you guys in the present moment. Neptune pushing up towards that overshield side of the map, has Acid down to 1 HP, and Acid loses the snipe off the rip. Things could start to roll here as 3 go down for No Org. They could have control of both snipes and the OS.
We did watch that, Ease. I also talked about that yesterday.
The most important starts of any game type we play currently. I mean, there's just so many things on the map. If you get,
they were like, "Oh my God, we've never seen a crack shot like that. It's the greatest shot in Halo history."
Get a very early,
and I was like,
but No Org actually doing quite well.
Yeah, we have.
Keep enemies at bay from just rushing into their base despite losing that opening sequence. Sparty though, gonna try to kill these players, trying to rotate out to the courtyard. Not sure what happened to Acid Sniper Rifle. That, yes,
oh, he stacks it.
So yeah, Sparty just doubled up. He's got 9 bullets left to work with. Gonna expect him to play this kind of safe. He's definitely super confident in hitting his shot, so he's gonna lift up, try to get to an angle where he can apply.
Oh my God, he's going. Wait, they're too dead.
Wow, he's just holding forward.
What?
He's not playing it safe.
But he knows he can hit the shot. That's the difference right here. They had 3 dead. Wow. Now his teammates are pushing up, and they don't know if they were in.
Oh, and he loses it.
Spawns. I think there was a player that did spawn in the court behind him that was tapping, able to get a double kill from that spawn. But wow, that shows the confidence from Sparty.
Yeah, 9 shots in the sniper. You pick up the opposition snipe at that. Most players conservatively probably back up to the sword ramp and just start taking their shots. Sparty though, he's just gonna hold forward and go for the no scopes as Noble lands a shot across map on Boo Boo Doo Boo. of his own as No Org. This is massive for them. They have reclaimed control of that sniper that they lost in the beginning, and now, ooh, 3 down for Bad News Bears. They're going to regain that crucial mid-map control. No Org on the verge of getting their first flag out.
I was just talking about how Sparty had underperformance, you know, for his standards in the last game. Immediately starts off hot with some very impressive no-scopes. I think that's exactly what a player like him needs to get his head back in the game, but right now they still got to win this mid-map control. We're going to see a lot of this throughout this game. Right now, though, 3 going dead for No Org. That means that we're going to see the green light for Bad News. Noble going to shut down Sparty on this side. Booba going to take him down, but
Nep off to a fast start as well.
Control to potentially get a flag cap here.
Oh, Noble with a taste of Sparty's own medicine as he no-scopes him.
Everything's coming up.
See that gameplay. Back and forth we go as Boo Boo Dooba looks to secure the rockets, does just that. And this is crucial here. Not only do you secure the rockets, but you could use rockets to, again, secure the other team's sniper. Those are both up in the next 20 seconds. Boo Boo Dooba with a miss on acid, but cleans up with the DMR and now pushes on through. 2 dead on each side. So this is not the slays. The math you'd think maybe you needed to pull it out, but with both of those players alive on No Org side, on Bad News Bear side of the map, they're going to both get a flag out.
That was just awareness from Boo Boo. So they only had 2 kills, but he knew that the other 2 members of No Org were on his side of the map. So there's nobody that's going to stop him from pulling the flag. So if he can at least get it to the halfway mark, wow. And then afterwards they can kill these players, then they're going to take it all the way home. And that looks like exactly the process that's going to play out here.
Wow, fantastic recognition of the situation there from Boo Boo Doobu. My goodness.
Sparty just throws their snipe off the map, trolly-ass play.
But the only 2 players are on the other side of the map. Completely, impossible to get any angles or shots on me. I'm going to pull this one out and inch it further and further. And then we saw that final stretch finish, that sprint, as Noble had a chance to stop that flag. Unfortunate, got that player down to 1 HP, but Bad News Bears are able to secure their first flag of the game, and 8 minutes left. Feels like a good lead for them, but you're going to want more.
This is back against the wall for Bad News Bears. Ooh. They have to win this game to maintain their life in the tournament. Send this to a game 5, and they're playing like it. They're controlling all the weapons. Obviously took a small window of opportunity to get that flag pull and ultimately got it all the way home. This game is so much about those windows of opportunity, isn't it, Hunter? Where if you don't capitalize on it in that short window of time, you just don't, sometimes you just don't win the game. Just frankly, you've got to recognize those moments.
It's never enough to just get a slay, right? Then you got to take the most important part on the map, or take whatever sandbox might be close by. A kill is just a kill. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. You got to do something with it, as Neptune's looking to do something with one final shot in the snipe, but that goes into the ground instead, as too does Neptune. 6 feet deep. He heads back to the respawn screen. No Org with a massive numbers edge here. And look at, does he shoot? Oh, he does. Okay, I was thinking maybe Boo Boo Dooba would let him pass, but no, finds the assist, finds the slay. Another heads up play here from Boo Boo Dooba in the back of the map.
This man just fabricates win conditions out of thin air non-stop. People ask me all the time, like, who's your favorite player to watch? I'll be honest, it's Boo Boo Doobu. I'll be biased and just say that right now. Like, this guy just knows how to create win conditions for his team so frequently. Yeah, they don't always work out, but they work out at a very high frequency, and they're plays that I don't see really any other players making.
He's the most unorthodox player in Halo, and that very well could make him the best
player
in Halo. And I've always been told in chat that I'm faded for saying that.
Don't be a pull.
Boo Boo Doobu's not gonna astound you with his stats, 7 and 9 right now, but it's those individual plays he makes at clutch times. He's got the ice, and for now, No Org has a flag out. Their potential to tie this game up at 1. Stops a little short though as Collect takes down tapping buttons. 2 players here in the green hall. There's that grenade out to help him out. Waits for Boo Boo Dooba to push through. That way it's a 2v2, and ooh, a sniper up in 5. Wow, Sparty runs past it. He says, hey, Jesse, you're the man. Pick it up.
I mean, I think Boo Boo's the player that grabs the sniper at the beginning of most sniper maps. I mean, they just have trust in him. They know that not only can he hit the shots, but he's also going to play his life in a very intelligent manner and probably get more value long term. I mean, we saw Sparty.
They know this guy's back here.
Obviously know he can pop off with the sniper. They're not going to stop him from grabbing it, but I think they just trust, like, okay, yeah, Jesse's just going to figure out how to play his life, and he's going to make sure that he makes the next play easier for us.
I love how Boo Boo Dooba there takes down Drift. He's like, dude, that's my move. Sneakily taking flag and stealing it as he takes him down with the no-scope.
Motherfucker said cheekily, sneakily.
Collect goes down. 2 down here for Bad News Bears. Only 1 for No Org, so they do have the numbers edge, do have the snipe in Noble's hands. But as the clock approaches the 5-minute mark, No Org are going to have to get a lot more pressure and presence on the red side of the map.
Okay, like this. He recognized. Oh my god! Jumping no scope with all the confidence in the world. Maybe a little too confident. Over pushing into Noble, who's also on fire. By the way, this guy has been hitting a ton of snipes this series already.
Damn.
Been very impressive throughout, but man, that mid-air jumping while the opponent is sliding, hit the headshot moment. I mean, that's just gross.
But they're 3 dead. They're not gonna pull that. They're 4 dead.
So many gross plays in these 2 series that we've casted together. I'm almost at a breathtaking stop in the action where I just got to collect myself as Neptune.
What does that mean?
Sights on Drift's face, takes him down with the no scope. A little in between. We'll count it there as the game gives it to him. Jeff Steitzer rings out. That's enough.
Wow.
That's official enough for me as 3 go down for both teams. Drift, the last player alive, but Sparty, this is going to give the edge. Both have 3 down,
Good play.
but Sparty has the rockets.
So smart right there. I feel like a lot of players would have just gone for the suicide trade with the rocket in that moment.
He had OS.
He just switches to his BR, which has a faster melee time than double meleeing with the rocket, by the way. Rifles have faster melees than heavy weapons. Pistols have even faster melee times. So he switches to the other gun, gets the double melee to maintain the rockets, ultimately gets further value out of them. Now he's purposefully extending to this perimeter of the map to spawn the enemies in the courtyard. Now he's going to flank them after they have spawned. This is all by design. Sparty is absolutely opening the map for his teammates to move this flag. Unfortunately, though, No Org.
Big 2 to shut it down, though.
Shut down the flag player very
Hang on.
impressively. Acid actually
Nice
getting
3.
a triple kill despite everything looking in Bad News Bears' favor. What a great play that was from Acid, and he's still going.
Damn.
Oh my god, Acid with a hell of a triple kill. Gets the 4th kill a little bit later.
Damn.
And that's going to allow No Org onto the side of Bad News Bears with 2 down on respawn still. Almost wondering where are No Org. I expect somebody on the training or on the tower, but they haven't even passed training yet. So despite that triple kill there from Acid, team wipe nonetheless, they don't gain control of the 50-yard line. They're going to have to fight for it once again, and with less than 3 to go, the clock's ticking.
Not a single player in this lobby is comfortable right now. One team at a 1-0 deficit.
You got to think we're going
Need
5.
to get the score on the board to tie this up and extend this game. Bad News Bears knows that that's very possible. If No Org even get a flag pull before the timer reaches 0, it will activate sudden death over
having
time.
a big game right now.
A 1 cap lead never feels super comfortable. They're going to have to play very patient, and they're doing so. Tapping, finding 2 kills, cleaning up his teammates' damage. Have to imagine they're going to move forward on the map knowing they have to get that flag pull.
No, we're in the end game now, and every single slay like that from Boo Boo Dubu just elongates the chances for No Org to come off spawn and, again, re-establish mid-map control. We have just not seen that from No Org, despite it's not like they're lacking in slays. We've seen plenty of those for them. As Bad News Bears, despite Drift having control of that location, you could argue with the scope, Rockets get stolen underneath his nose, and that's going to be a win condition big time for Bad News Bears.
He said the thing. He said the thing.
You have to wonder, like, could they have contested those rockets a little better? But you see what Noble just did. Noble had the repulse and baited the rocket and just did a return to sender off screen. We didn't see it.
Big plays, Neptune.
But it didn't matter that they didn't get the
Hang on
rockets
a
because
second.
they got the repulsor instead, and that might actually be a game extending.
No, they're going to stop this. They're stopping this. No,
Gotta give
GG.
credit to Neptune on that double kill. He almost single-handedly stopped what probably would have been a tie flag run. Instead, those 2 slays allow Bad News Bears the time that they need to come off of spawn, and they have the presence on their side of the map to return the flag. 1 minute
All right, they got one more crack at it.
1, maybe 2 final pushes here for No Org. We're heading to a game 5.
Happy gets 1. Oh, Boo Boo's pushing, bro.
The defense has just been
Guarantees
too
1.
strong from
Happy
Bad
gets
News
another,
Bears.
though.
I have to agree.
They're going to be in the base.
They've done so well.
Felix gets 1,
Anytime that
though.
No Org
This
has gotten a
is going to be a
triple
good
kill
flank
and
from
even
Boo Boo
a
as
flag
well.
pull, the flag has stopped very
Good
short.
damage.
I don't
Boo
think
dies,
that
though.
No Org has even got
Hang
a flag
on.
to the
They
long
should all be
gun
spawning
yet.
court and
Almost every
shit.
single flag
The
that
plat
gets
is the
pulled.
farthest they've gotten.
Yeah,
Sparty
they
gets
just get
1.
shut down.
Neb's in a
That
fight.
first player coming off spawn, able to find an angle to
not gonna be able to get his
shut down the
trade.
flag, but this is not looking good right now.
2 on
for Bad News
2?
Bears. This is looking bad news for the Bears.
Good double from Boo Boo. It's a one-on-one in the base now.
A flagpole here. So how do they handle this situation? Looks like Boo
Boo just OEs.
decides to extend to the other side.
I don't even know if you shoot there.
Oh my god.
This is good damage though.
That's so smart, right? Because tapping could feasibly get the flag a little bit, but
that's 3 kills. That's gonna be GG.
Would ultimately
10 seconds game clock.
Right? So he decides
we're
to go
going to game 5.
And that's the type of offensive defense that wins games.
Smile.
Boo Boo drawing a smiley face. He's happy to see a game 5. I know all of you are in chat as well, but my god, again, Boo Boo Doo He gets 1 kill out of that, right? But it's the game-saving moment where 3 players from No Org, granted they had a little desperation in their toes, pushing on through to the other side of the map, but Boo Boo used that recognition of the situation against them, essentially, and he's like, man, these guys are going to be so pressed to get through the green hall and the long hall. I'm just going to flank and get shots in the back of the head. Unbelievable. How often did Boo Boo hit the flank? I think, what, 3 game-changing flanks there from Boo Boo Eli? Have yourself a game. That's incredible what we witnessed there from Boo Boo.
Man gets paid, bro. What can I say?
No. Currently the most ice, arguably. During the offseason, he has won the most tournaments of any player. Go look back at the stats, bro. He's won multiple of these offseason events. He won the Mountain Dew tournament. He just won the 2v2 tournament. This guy has won more than every other player in the offseason. And it's because he's making plays like this. I've been trying to tell y'all. Pay attention.
Kind of interesting, Eli. This brings
he
up
said I've been
my
trying to tell
first
you.
thought when you said that is, well, it's kind of interesting that some guys have taken the offseason as an offseason. Some guys have not. Let's just be honest, there are certain pro players that we have not seen at all on LVT during the offseason. That's a bummer because we'd love to see them. But it's all for the gain of guys like Boo Boo who just continue to put time into the game. Sparty, another guy that makes sense that they're on the same team and duos. They're putting in the same amount of work, and I think that's important when you look at your team composition, that every one of the 4 players can look across the aisle or to the left or right of their chairs and say, this guy's putting in as much work as me. I think Sentinels can say that. They've been active and involved all throughout the offseason, so I'm very curious to see how that first LAN goes. Like, does Quadrant take an edge because they've been competing in all these offseason tournaments? Sentinels have been, for the most part, competing in all the offseason tournaments. Does that get them into the big 3, top 3? We'll see. For now, it's a 2-0 lead off the start in game 5 for No Organization. Loser of this series goes home just 1 step short of the finals.
Keep in mind, No Org did win the last Slayer. This team is very strong in Slayer.
Big, too.
Tapping and Drift have had huge games.
They're up 5-0.
Noble also stepping up, playing better than I feel like we've ever seen them. Acid with the sniper top tower in a 5-1 lead. This is exactly what you want.
Oh!
If you're on the side of No Org and Acid
hang on
is
a second.
Fire. He's hitting multiple headshots and he's still got 4 shots left to work with.
At the start of a game 5, everybody's nerves are cranked up a little bit. So crucial to get this opening break lead to calm the heart rate down and start to believe in yourself even more than you already did entering this game 5 as Mexico's very own No Organization, showing why they deserve more support. They deserve an organization to back them as they have a 5-kill lead here early in game 5.
I like that. Acid repositioned to the nest bridge just to see if his teammates needed a little bit more help from another angle. Ultimately decides to go back to the tower after he saw Neptune at the sandbag, said that I need to cut off that angle. And he's just gonna sit here. He's gonna peek through their renegade crack. That's what we're gonna call that little spot right there now. That is the renegade.
Everyone's looking at it now.
Spot.
Look at that.
Yeah, he's checking it just in case someone's
and one
coming
got
up,
through.
and I feel like
Oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Showed his cards a little bit early.
Oh, he did.
It might be a spot.
Oh,
players
saved
look
it.
at to make sure this back tower push doesn't come through, and it does. Ultimately,
13-6.
a few
Eli
kills
is-
come down.
No
but
Org still holds strong.
As someone who plays a lot of Destiny, YouTubers always get blamed for showing something on their channel and then everybody starts doing it. I have much the same expectations for the Halo community, the pro community at least, and even the casuals who try to pop off in matchmaking. That spot is absolutely on full blast, as No Organization have put the Bad News Bears on full blast here in game 5, opening up to a big lead, 7-16, and it's growing double digits now. 10 kills separating these 2 teams as Drift secures the double.
These brothers
and
are making
chance
plays.
to move on in this tournament.
This is a big camo right here, though.
Good. This looks, hate to say it, but it looks like Bad News Bears for the Bad News Bears. as No Org are playing with fire. Look at the curb slide to launch himself at Sparty here. I don't know where that player even repositioned. Noble going to find his way out by the turbine, but
spot are they talking about?
Finally,
you talking about the Renegade spot?
Tower hold is gone though. That's the best thing for Bad News Bears right now.
They were just talking about
a big part of the reason No Org started
like top
with this
tower
lead was
looking through the crack, the
almost
bottom tower.
perfectly holding that tower setup. Now that they're not there anymore, you might be able to find a little bit more of their weakness as this game goes on, and now it's just a 9-kill lead for No Org, and let's see if Bad News can get better positioning here.
That's my big question right now. Did Bad News Bears spot these guys too many slays, as this one's still a multi-possession 9-kill game? Sparty looking to swing things back in his team's favor with the use of the snipe. The process here, heads up to the top of Snipe Tower, slow things down. This is a common theme or strategy we see for teams that are starting to get a little slippery, starting to get into the blender a little bit. Crank the brakes. That's exactly what we see here from the Bad News Bears.
One reason that they slow it down like this is just to allow space to think and to process what's happening and gather intel and make plans with one another. Be proactive. They're going to talk directly to each other. I'm watching this. They could be going this way. You know, when they're in the blender and it's so fast paced and all they can do is shoot at the guy that's in front of them in that moment, it's kind of hard to see the bigger picture. But if the whole team slows down and all stay alive and they start playing this little chess match, this is where we could possibly see some separation. Now, Boo Boo has had time to analyze the situation, give his teammates comms for how they want to play this.
These are good trades from No Org, though.
Doing the same thing on the other side. They're thinking through the situation. How do we keep Sparty from getting kills? That's going to be hard to do when he hits shots like that, but both teams definitely deep in the think tank right now, figuring out how they want to engage into the next sequence.
I'm getting deja vu, Eli, from game 2, where you're thinking, oh, that's a great shot there from Sparty, but what the lead's growing. How did this happen, right? And a little bit more of the same here as No Org. They know how to trade out in situations like this, up by 9, going into the 30s. They just about have a chokehold on the Bad News Bears. They're going to have to find some form of a new strategy, and now you can almost sense No Org realizing that Sparty has control of the snipe and the snipe tower. They're not really giving him many angles. He gets one there, but it's the shoulder. This is the no-scope. Now looks to clean up on Acid, but he goes down to the grenade.
Hey,
down 8. Bad News Bears are starting to come back a little bit.
Oh, they're not.
Already staying alive. This is so crucial. Still has 4 shots left to work with, and that's snipe.
The lead has stayed
down
almost the same. Still a 9-kill lead for No Org. Bad News Bears have struggled to find a way to get any significant pushback here. Sparty, though, with a disgusting scope, and he sees the camo player.
Already trying. Dude. And he getting aggro on the camo guy.
You can't see the camo player just like the player can't. You don't see the outline at all, but there's a camo player lurking around Sparty. Gonna try to take him down, but man, how on point has Sparty's no-scopes been today?
Great reticle placement, too. He actually lined up the shot and allowed his opponent to walk into it, knowing that his movement would not variate based on the positioning of Sparty. I don't even think
No Org's still getting a bunch of kills, brother. Still down 9.
So great centering, great lineup there from Sparty. He looks to stay alive, but goes down, and it's still that 9-10 kill game, despite, again, great
Nep having a rough one.
Sparty, but the
Boo Boo already died 12 times.
For No organization, and oh, here we go. We're starting to roll a little bit. Down 8, trying to bring this into within 1 team wipe. We head into the 40s.
Hang on a second.
They're going to try to put him in the blender. The only way to
hang on a second.
Deficit this great is to put the other team in the blender and stay aggressive. I expect them to move forward here. I would expect them to move a little bit faster in this moment, but maybe recognizing the timing wasn't quite there to get the collapse on the next spawn. And Neptune just going to sit Nest Bridge and watch this. Curious how the rest of the team's moving. We see Neptune here. We see another player back green. Drift and company in the rat tunnel here, tapping buttons close behind. And I think this is kind of where you expect the other team to be in a situation like this. It's kind of strange to be up by 6 and be playing like quote unquote scared. But as the team with the lead, you kind of can force the action to come to you. They just got to make sure they don't get into too tight of a space, because then you're going to allow the opportunity for Bad News Bears to collapse in on multiple sides. I do like the way that No Org is playing this situation, though.
And look at that. That was my what I was thinking. Are they going to push out of A? They move out towards camo, but then with camo coming up, they're going to bait that instead. Ooh, but Collect with the opening break slay here on tapping
game.
Buttons. Has this down
big
to a
camo
5-kill lead. And the move is on. Neptune
Oh my God, Sparty gets 2. Still down 5.
Camo side of the map. Camo is up, and this battle for Camo going to be so crucial.
What? How are you getting 5'd by that guy?
Boo Boo Doo with a double kill. He might just get his.
Why do we not have the snipe out?
Camo acid down to 1 HP.
Oh, big wins. Still up 6, and they're going to get camo.
Had acid not clutched up.
Boo Boo was kind of weak before acid was even on his screen. You could argue that maybe he could have backed up, but Boo Boo felt like he had to continually apply pressure because of that camo sitting on the ground. He knew he was likely to die, but it's kind of a risk worth taking if he could potentially get that player killed. Tapping with the snap.
Nep's just getting ripped
on Neptune in a crazy position where acid doesn't even
have
to reveal his location with camo. And now he's going to hit the
up 8. They only need 6.
This game looks like it's over to me.
Yeah.
Double kill.
Grab the hammer, put the nail in the coffin, because it looks like this incredible run from Bad News Bears is about to end at the hands of Mexico's finest. And Eli, I say this without trolling. This is a top 6 team on land. If I'm a GM and I'm looking to, find that team in the 5, 6, 7, 8 range, give me no organization. I'm taking the boys from Mexico. Tapping Button's one of the most elite players in the world.
What are we talking about right now?
I feel so confident with him going back to Mexico and representing for his nation as no organization. They got no org, but they got plenty of teamwork and skill.
What are we talking about here, bro?
Bears down. Getting a little ahead of myself, but they only need 1 kill.
This brother's on Mars.
Would have been cool to end it in style. He's going to still finish the kill, though. But wow, Tapping Buttons with an 17-11 performance. This guy.
What are we talking about?
I said it a few times last year. Like, Tapping on certain days could just be the best player in the world. Like, this guy just has an insanely high ceiling. And, dude, props to this team for just playing their process so carefully throughout this entire game and taking the series off of Bad News Bears. Extremely impressive stuff.
I can already see one of the maybe partner teams or one of those top teams that still have a decision left to be made passing up on no organization. And man, shame on potentially them, because this is a top 6 team, at least top 8 team before our very eyes. They got 9th through 12th at the Halo World Championship, and that's without Tapping Buttons, a top 4 finisher at the opening event last year in Charlotte. So I don't know, man. I'm probably going to get a little ahead of myself with all this talk I'm throwing out there, but man, somebody please sign this no org roster, because they are them. They're all him, and do not be surprised if they overpass some of those partnered organizations this year. I can see it.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking they don't have representation. I don't know if Luminosity has exited from the scene, if they have a different roster. I don't know what the plan is. Regardless, very impressive. That means that they move on to the finals, correct? I mean,
that's it. They're going on to the finals, man. We got one more semis to cast. I believe we held that match. We'll get confirmation from Blue and Tools when we kick it back to them, but that's it, man. Mexico on to the finals, and in an international affair of competition this offseason. We've all been eyes on EU and their potential to win their first tournament against NA competition. What do you know? It could be Mexico instead of EU. What a story for them as we send it back to the broadcast desk. Tools and Louie, their thoughts on that series, and dare I say, upset? I don't think so.
Man, impressive stuff to stop Spartan and Boo Boo on this tear that they've done through the tournament. So no org Tapping Button and the boys getting it done. Tools, what did you see, man?
Just a bunch of players representing for their region, right? Like, I feel like this is the most disrespectful time for Latin America. The Mexico region did not get themselves a spot in pools, right? Nothing's guaranteed for them. What do? They come out and they beat team after team that is going to be in pool play, and that's impressive, right? Like, to come out and show that yes, we can compete, beating no org, and then beating Bad News Bears, and also beating the second best European team in back-to-back game 5s, showing that sort of ice, being that proficient. This is exactly what this team needed. I think if you're an organization wanting
there's a losers bracket to this bracket?
Players over in Mexico, this is the one to go to. There's a lot of talent. Tapping Buttons.
I thought it was single when once we got to the bracket.
Once again, do not sleep on these guys. I hope that they find some funding. And I
wait,
hope
no,
really
we're tweaking.
waves happen. This
Rebellion
season
No Org is the finals, right?
Major land.
Yeah, I think it's totally possible. We saw them accomplishing great things last year, and then of course Tapping was with Native and Tapping returning. So it's
checked.
It's time, right? And man, it's a tough time.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, I am starving.
It sounds like this team is ready to rock. No Org definitely high on the list of free agent teams because, damn, was that impressive. Garrett, we're working on getting into the finals. We're in a lobby right now with Shopify Rebellion. Obviously, No Org are gonna have to join up on us. But
yeah, this is the finals. Bracket just tweaking.
Oh, any thoughts of Shopify going against No Org?
I think this is going to be the biggest test for No Org. Shopify Rebellion's a team that looks poised to be playing for top 4 finishes. I'd say top 6 is sort of the floor that they're working with. If No Org wants to be in that conversation, I saw a couple people in chat talking about, hey, like this might be the time that like a Mexico team can really make a run for top 8. I think Tiberius oddly even said, I think they can get top 6 if everything shakes out right. Well, you have to beat a team like Shopify Rebellion to do that on LAN. Great opening practice for this team to see if that is something it's accomplished that they can accomplish at their current state, or they're going to have to do a little bit more work during this off season and get themselves up to shape when it comes to going to LAN. They beat a pickup squad in Bad News Bears. They beat the second best team in Europe, and now it's time to beat one of the best teams in North America.
Well, as we speak, this is our best of 7. Recharge, Oddball, Solitude, Slayer, Aquarius, CTF.
Whoa, best of 7.
Strongholds, Recharge, Slayer, Solitude, King of the Hill, and then Aquarius, Slayer. Oh, this is an impressive. So, just to be clear, right, this is pretty much a rerun from Grand Finals of Worlds last year. Pretty solid best of 7 series. What do you think, Tools?
Oh, he means map set? I thought we were talking about the match. I was like, brother, what?
Love that Worlds Finals. I think replicating it here is great. I think starting with Oddball is going to be great for both these teams. You're going to have plenty of time to feel each other out, see who's hot, and be able to use that momentum and basically that chance to learn how the other team's going to play in what is going to be a fairly long series.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that Shopify are going to be ready to go. I mean, they just 3-0'd Gale Lewis. They 3-0'd Business. They're on a streak, Tools. And
I don't really know who's on any of them teams, though.
They went undefeated through Swiss Play as well, 6-0. So they're literally 8-0 on the day. I'm questioning if they even dropped a map.
I think, that's a good question. I don't know if they did.
That would be impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think I dropped him.
Yeah, we could actually, let me see.
Yeah, we can go back and look. That's crazy. So you said that, I was like, oh, they for sure dropped it.
They got 4 points in round 5, so I assume they lost 1 map, and that's all day.
That's impressive. Love to see it.
Damn.
Shopify Rebellion's a good team.
Shopify Rebellion's a good team, but No Org is on fire at the moment. Waiting on 2 more players to get in here, folks. So
hell yeah.
Let's see who we're missing right now. It's 2 of our other players. It's the 2 of our No Org players, that's for sure. 90, you're good to do what you need to do.
Seven. Go to all 7.
You want me to say what I really think is going to happen?
Yeah. Just say 4-0 Shopify Rebellion. Perfect.
That's exactly what I'm going to say. It's exactly what I was going to say. It's a 4-0 Shopify.
Man. Viva la Mexico. I put up bets, by the way, chat. You guys want to bet? Also, we haven't really been talking about it, but if you guys want to sub to the channel, it helps a lot because these tournaments are expensive, right? $1,000 in prizing alone. Everyone that works on these tournaments is getting paid. We try. We're to the point where, like, if someone comes on stream, right, or they're working for us, there is no free work anymore. Like, we want to make sure everyone's getting compensated for their time. That's possible, right? It used to not be that way when we were first starting, but that's possible now because of the support that you guys give us, because you watch so many of the tournaments. I believe that when we ran all the numbers about last week, we broke just about even. I think we might have been a little bit in the red, right, Louis? So the support, it really goes a long way.
Yeah, the support is definitely like literally what is keeping this going. So it's appreciate that. Waiting on one more player. But speaking of support, PD giving out a community gifted sub this minute.
At least there's only one oddball.
Game Crazy John resubbing. It's Bart. Also a resub. That's Gnarly coming through with a gifted as well. Constant supporter all weekend. Cubicle Cracker. Surprise, subbing with a prime. Aragon Sierra with the community gifted as well. Cap'n Crunch, and that's Gnarly. Just been community gifting subs, just like sprinkling salt and pepper, adding a little seasoning to the broadcast. So appreciate the support there. Mac with the community gifted
all the way from Aussie, bro. That's like $100 in Aussie money right there.
Near Future 07800 with the sub as well, and then a hype train just gets kicked off as we speak.
Yo,
Near Future with another.
Dude, I love the one gift.
White's Edge with a 5 gifted. Let's go.
Love that.
Daybach. 2 community gifted subs. Hype train level past. We're in level 3, I believe. Let's go.
Chat, where's everyone from? I want to know tell me what state or what country. I want to see like if we have someone from somewhere wild. Is there anyone from Alaska? I want to see, can we have one person from Alaska? Visionary Shine, tier 1 shout out. Ha.
All right, Chad. I'm finna hit the Pine Park real quick, and then hopefully this finals will get going.
Tier 1 gifted it. I mean, just
Let's
tier 1 as well.
go. Yeah, I appreciate all y'all rocking with me today. Appreciate everybody chilling.
Hey,
Hope everybody's vibing, doing well. I appreciate y'all.
Family up in Salt Lake.
Even if you're just here for the drops,
to that. I think that's
the
where
looks.
Space Station's also at. So shout out to this. This is North Carolina, Colorado. Sheesh, cool, North Carolina.
I hope everybody's having a good Sunday, man.
Australia. Love that. Zeus is back in Idaho. I see you, Zeus. Bearded Jedi with a tier 1 for 14 months. Someone's from Syria. I don't believe the Antarctica one. Mexico City, bro. That's what I love. Dude, we need to have a major. I'm glad that we have one in London, Louis, but we need a Mexico City major ASAP. Yeah, I'm ready to go party in Mexico City.
I could completely agree, man. It's got to happen, man.
A couple people from Colombia. Dude, Colombia. Shout out to the Colombian Halo players, especially back in Halo 5. Those guys were a menace to play in matchmaking. Love our Colombian Halo players. Ontario. Someone said Nevada. Shout out Riznak. Out here in Nevada with me. Let's go. Shout out Las Vegas Halo. We're having a LAN in Las Vegas for Las Vegas Halo December 2nd. So if you live in Vegas, hit me up on Twitter. Get you connected over there. Northern Ireland, okay, back to the homeland. That's my homeland.
Sure.
Ireland.
I'll believe it whenever I see you in Ireland.
Illegitimate Utah. I think, dude, Illegitimate Utah. I don't know if you're the guy. Did you go to a Halo 5 FFA LAN in a Microsoft store in Vegas? Is it that's you? Hello? Good to see you again. There's a guy that just came to our LAN in like one of the Microsoft LANs to qualify for Worlds for FFA. He said he's from Utah. He just obliterated everyone and left. It was insane. Peru, dude. We got some people from Peru.
Let's go.
My cousin lived in Peru for a few years.
Yo, if you got Twitter, please retweet this. Let's get a couple people here in the stream. The Holy Mass with 10 bits. Fulcrum with 100 bits. We're on Hype Train level 4. Thug Nasty with the gifted sub to Mr. T and Crumpets. Yo, 2 of our admins, Thug Nasty and Mr. T and Crumpets. Bearded Jedi. You already called some of these out. Okay, so I want to say shout out to the admins, working with us at LVT, because we kind of just like threw the Swiss format at them and like, yeah, it's kind of like a knuckleball. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the trickiest thing of every format that's probably available. Bearded Jedi with 10 community gifted subs. But I want to say a shout out to the admins because obviously they're just they're dealing with us, just pushing them around, telling them what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Louis, I'll say I found something that's gonna make the admin legs.
Let's go.
Because next week I can actually guarantee, 100% promise we'll have the perfect one. I've actually cracked this code.
Okay.
It's absurd.
Hi, okay, J Bao How with 5 community gifted subs. The level train 6 hype level train 6 has been achieved. Still waiting on one more player to get in the lobby, folks. That's the only reason we haven't started. But the support it's going along.
Hopefully soon, man.
Yo, we're over 1,000 subs for the month.
Apparently they got 7, man. Apparently one person is just torching.
Yo, we did it.
Yo, we got a whole other week. We got one more week. Dude, how's what's our record? I think our record's like 1,800, right?
Yeah, it's 1,700.
That was, I remember that. I remember that was like probably the first time we saw 1,000.
You're probably right. I think we've been close actually, because I know at one point it was like, 1,700 is it's the highest.
Shout out to Stormy V2 in chat. That dude's a legend on Halo 2. I think he plays with the real ones as well, but he has some absurd
Stormy and
Halo 2
Rami.
clip.
OG duo.
Bro, when I was first getting up into the scene, Louis, I used to do top 10s all the time for oh man.
Zeus wants me to say happy birthday to Mike Hunt. Happy birthday, Mike Hunt.
Is somebody eating in the mic on this broadcast?
Stormy, don't worry. I know. I mean, I know all about the Halo 2 lands. Trust me. I know all about. I love the Halo 2 people. Like, dude, you just blasting out, so you're gonna get clipped. You're gonna get clipped like crazy.
Tavish 0022 with the sub. Let's go. Just the OG raw sub. You're a real one.
I love OG raw sub.
Hell yes.
Chat. Theoretically, if we were to
too strong
have a bunch of OG Xboxes and throw a LAN, like, would you come out? You know what I'm saying? Would you come play? Would we ever live? Like, do you think there's enough
Red
people
Rover,
to come out to play like a retro LAN one day?
Can old heads come over?
No, can all the old heads come out?
Tashi just liked our tweet. Let's go.
Tosh the commish?
Commission himself.
You think Tashi's in the chat right now?
Nah. He's going to sleep. He's got to work tomorrow. Actually, I think if you're Tashi, like, I don't know that Tashi ever is off, you know? It just seems impossible when you're the commissioner. Yeah, too strong with 5 community gifted. Let's go. 98% of the way.
You think Too Strong or Too Strong New York or NY? You think he's from upstate New York or you think he's from the city?
I bet he's from New York, the city. I just feel like the chances. Obviously, I'm playing the numbers game.
Are you? Do you think there's more? Is there more people in New York City or in the state of New York?
Well, there's more people in the New York City than there are white blood cells in my body.
Right. New York seems like a lit place to live, not gonna lie. If you could afford it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could have a comfortable living in New York.
Yeah. Expensive as shit.
More rats than that's like true of everywhere. There's more rats, like that's like it's not like a gotcha. There's rats everywhere.
Yeah, bro, I've never seen more rats in my life than downtown Atlanta.
Populate humans like 50-1.
There was a rat if it goes in the house. There's a mouse, a rat if it goes outside.
Yeah, dude. I'll say, like, sometimes when you haven't seen a rat, like when you've always seen mice and then you see a rat, it's life-changing, bro.
It's awakening, bro.
Bro, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, mice can be kind of cute, I guess.
Did you know that New York City's falling into the ocean?
I believe.
What are we doing?
It's like an inch every year. Eventually, it'll be completely in the ocean. Yo, guys, we got 30 seconds. Can we get to level 8? I think we just need like literally one more sub.
I love the fill in dead air. I'm not gonna lie.
A primer, a Bezos. There we go. There we go.
The Loyal Wolf and 100 biddies. Net Boozy. The 100 biddies, the Loyal Wolf with a community gifted sub. Hype level train 7. Hype train level 7.
There's a plan. Right, but Lambert, like, imagine humans die tomorrow. Like, it still sinks. Just because we, like, pump the water out doesn't mean it's not sinking. Like, eventually it'll break. I'm not saying it's going to be in our lifetime or any generation. Eventually.
Did we ever find out what part of New York he's in?
I think he said
I got it, man. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to know if illegitimate Utah was the guy I was thinking.
All right,
Illegitimate
lobby's full. We need to open the lobby so the last player can get in.
Let's go. Hopefully.
Very soon. Very soon.
I wonder how many people.
3,000 in the chat. 10, 20.
Yeah. Okay. How about this? If we took all the people in
Ruby
chat,
hacks with 500 bits. Let's go.
hey, a little 500, nice, love it.
500.
We took everyone in chat that's from Dallas, LA, and New York City. Do you think they outnumber all the people that aren't from those areas?
No.
No.
No. From Cancun. Let's go. I got married in Cancun.
It looks fun.
Shout out to my wife, Lauren. Love you, baby. Mrs. LVT.
Yo, clip it. Go send it to her. That's so funny.
Lauren the GOAT.
She is the guy. She cooked
Greatest
for us,
of all time,
times
yes.
on land.
Everybody's here. Actually, we lost a Shopify player.
Ain't no way.
You think there's more people watching from the East Coast or West Coast?
East Coast. I just spitting out answers, man. Listen, it just feels right.
I don't know why anyone would want to live. Not gonna
Hey, yo.
Yeah, Third Coast. That's where it's at. Texas.
Dude, the Texas coast.
The Gulf Coast, baby.
Dude, it's all about the Gulf Coast.
Have you ever seen them waves in the Gulf Coast, dude? You better run. They're toxic.
We had a few players from the West Coast. Europe. The West Coast in Europe is the East Coast of
No comment.
I just blew everyone's mind.
No comment.
I still want to do the ACT thing, Louis, where we all take the ACT thing.
Oh, could you imagine? We should test all the pros.
Dude,
media day.
That's insane.
So much better.
You get there's 8 hours of media day, and then there's 2 hours of standardized testing time.
Like, do you think we get hire we hire the ACT to come out to a LAN, and then like on Monday or whatever, we just put everyone in the room.
Tired Stooge with the prime. Let's go. All the players are in the lobby.
Finally.
Soon, tools.
I want to start an HCS book club. If you want to read books with other Halo people, put one in the chat. You see if there's actually interest. When's the last time you read a book? I think most people.
Don't ask me that question. Yeah, come on.
He's a
Those are fighting words, bro. Come on. Try to call me stupid?
No, I just I don't think most people don't look. This doesn't mean you can't read.
The only thing I can read is Twitch chat. That's it.
Yeah, I feel like most people don't be reading a lot anymore.
You ever do audiobooks?
I do a little bit.
No, absolutely
Whenever-
not. I can't. I won't do it. I'll read. I'll definitely read before I listen to an audiobook.
Wow, that's
What?
crazy.
Audiobooks are
Why are
fire.
you so hard stuck in that stand?
I'm a big road trip guy too, so audiobooks.
I think I'm a bad listener.
I listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Makes sense.
I'm told Cycle's in the restroom whenever he gets out. We'll be getting going.
Dude, you just gave him the most anxiety. He's probably listening to the stream. He's like, dude, all of a sudden he's just pinching, dude. He just can't. He can't let it drop. I used to listen to books all the time when I worked construction, because I just drive the job site. I would ripped through books.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't listen to an audiobook
Nice, dude.
just
That's
like
impressive.
while doing nothing.
What did you learn?
That the Halo universe is oddly complex.
I can
there's, like, no reason for
see
it
that
to be.
ease, but for me,
Nah,
it's
we're
like
learning now, boys. Sit up.
I don't
Halo books
know.
are okay.
Audiobooks for me, like if I listen to an audiobook or like a podcast or
Come
something,
on camera.
I feel like time just like melts away. Like I will turn a 7-hour
All right,
road
ladies
trip.
and gentlemen,
It'll feel like
nobody is
2
more
hours to me.
comfortable than Tools, but guess what? It's time to get out of your comfort zone because it's the grand finals time. We got a best of 7 between Shopify Rebellion and No Org. No Org, that team out of Latin America. They're on fire right now as they just took out Bad News Bears. So we're going to send it to Mikowski and Eli to kick us off in the grand finals. Boys.
All right, Eli, here we go. Your grand finals are set. Rebellion, a team that many expect to place top 6, at least within it, in HCS Season 3, and an upcoming upstart No Org roster, Mexico's finest, who I'm going to go out there and say is also in the mix for that top 6 placing on land. They have looked so good throughout the HCS offseason, and with the addition to tapping buttons, got to watch out. Shopify Rebellion probably has the edge, probably the favorite in this series, but don't overlook No Org.
I have to agree with you, man. I mean, Shopify has gone undefeated so far, at least in the bracket portion of this 3-0ing business, which was 3/4
Whoa,
of
what the?
the
Whoa!
TCP roster back in the day, featuring Swish, who were on fire. So to 3-0 that squad is very impressive. They went on to 3-0 Gale Lewis, which features my main man, Straight Sick. Congratulations on the top 4 finish to Straight Sick, Squale, Burton, and Monster, by the way. Those guys played a hell of a tournament. And now they find themselves in grand finals against probably a team they didn't expect to run into. I'm sure they probably expected to be playing against Boo Boo Doo Boo and Sparty in these grand finals. Instead, it's going to be the guys on the side of No Org, and these guys have been playing lights out today.
Yeah, off the start, neither of these two teams waiting to grab ball, as Rebellion only 1 second, 13 for No Org. It's a little bit of milk for them. Not quite the full milk run you're looking for. 30 seconds to start. Drifto starting off hot with a double kill. 4-0 as well, and he's going to rotate down to the pillars. Grab this
ball
ball,
grab too,
rotate it
actually.
all the way over here to top A, and it looked like, yes, Suppressed and Mental went down. That is a dismantling of the Rebellion roster. All 4 going down. Oh,
Ooh, nice shots.
Tower, but he gets taken
5-0
down
from
just as
Drift.
quick
Holy
as
shit.
he pushed into A.
Yeah, Soul Snipe saw an opening, thought that he could get through unnoticed. He did, but gets taken down shortly thereafter. Cycle now has to play his timing a little bit slower. Suppress trying to go in on the other side. You have to think if they had made these pushes from both sides at the same time, it could have worked better. But as I say that, Soul Snipe came off spawn and he found a way in, and I guess that relentless aggression, teammates just finding a way to follow up on damage, ultimately won them the setup.
13-27, Rebellion have cut this lead in half, and they're rolling. Suppressed with the positioning at the top side of A. Woo, goes down. Nice push there through the gold frag side of the map as Cycle looks to recollect back at the back of tower. Now pushing in through from the turbine. He's got help. Nades out. Ooh, nice headshot, peak shot finish. Looking for the double on Noble. Spots him, falls down, but with that damage, feels a little bit safer to grab camo. But instead,
Teammate
his
just
teammate
dies
grabbed
with it.
And instead, his teammate
Oh!
tapping buttons on the flank, takes down the camo, and 3 members of Rebellion.
What a play.
All 4 go down, and just as it looked like Rebellion were about to make away with camo and maybe even the lead, No Org
They're getting
take
so
down the
much
camo
time here.
and double up on the score instead.
Tapping buttons, putting that battle rifle to use. We saw him do
Damn.
unthinkable things with it last season. He's picking up where he left off with the new HCS changes with that battle rifle spawning long haul, getting a triple with it and extending the lead. But now it's Rebellion in pretty good position to hold the ball here. He's going to use the Shroud to keep himself alive for just long enough for his teammate to show up. Great usage there.
He found a grapple in there.
They kept him from playing the ball, which means now they have the setup for themselves. Wonderfully played so far by No Org.
Unbelievable. Rebellion had every opportunity. Eli,
These
you
brothers
and I
are
thought the
playing
same
well.
thing at the same time. How did they not get a play ball? It's sitting there at the back of C. All you got to do is 180 turn to your left or right shoulder. You pick, and you can get that ball reset safely. Instead, No
Oh my
Org
God.
continue to roll and run away with it even. 70 and rolling to 25.
They're pissing
and
right
they
now.
make the well-timed reset play. A lot of times in these oddballs, Eli, that's the difference.
Absolutely, but I do have to shout out Cycle making a great play on the other side of the map. He actually he predicted the play ball, so instead of going to desperate to try to kill the ball player, he just maintained his positioning in gold, and for that he's now racking up time. Surprise makes his way across the map. He's going to also predict that these spawners are coming from A.
This is what they needed. They needed a good gold setup right back.
And now all they have to do is stop this push, and they could potentially get a lot more ball time.
We're good.
Soul Snipe helps.
This is a big camo too. He's gonna
gold.
die though. They're gonna break.
Oh, it's tapping buttons like the Kool-Aid man, blasting through. But Cycle takes him down with the trade. Has that oddball as well, but he doesn't even have a couple seconds to where he can take a deep breath. He's already getting some grenade damage, down to 1 HP, goes down. Rebellion do a good job to cut this lead to 20
It is a good time for them,
but
though.
Looks like No Org has regained control of the map as they have a massive numbers edge.
That's kind of a scam.
I am shocked that Cycle stayed alive as long as he did. I think he ate 3 grenades while one shot, somehow stayed alive. Ultimately doesn't get any value out of it, and now it's No Org back in their comfortable setup with the ball over at the seaside. Noble's been hitting snipes all day but can't hit any right now. Cycle's gonna pick the shock up, but it's only
that's great time.
Seconds to go to win this round for No Org.
That's great time, and they still have to break. They finally play it, but they got like what, another 20 seconds.
Calm, cool, and collected reset there from No Org.
Hey, what up, Wayne Goodle?
10 seconds off from the win here in round 1. You might start feeling a little stressed and pressed to close this one out, but No Org are going to stick to their process. They are going to give possession back to Rebellion because of it, but again, all part of the plan, the master plan. It looks like from No Organization, isn't it?
They're going to break, and that should be round
4 go down for Rebellion.
Oh my God!
No Org says we'll let you win this ball off the reset, but we're going to take y'all 4 down and win the
dominant
round. They take it handily, 1-0.
I'm gonna
well,
be
not dominant,
honest,
but
that was extremely well
definitely,
played by No
definitely
Org,
took
but
that
I'm
shit
seeing
handily.
A lot of mistakes on the side of Rebellion that I'm not used to seeing. It feels like their communication.
Oh well, Wayne Doodle. We just peeping some of this LVT tournament today.
As we're used to seeing it, so I do think that after losing that round, that's going to wake them up a little bit here, and I think we're going to see a little bit better.
We in the finals. This game, one of the finals. We got Rebellion
exact same thing against Incognito,
No Org,
and it gave me deja vu, and it made me realize
was Luminosity.
Maybe because NA doesn't have as much scrim or time, or just as much time in against these members of Mexico, No Org. Maybe they don't know what to expect. Maybe they don't have the book written quite yet on this roster, because they seem to be confusing the hell out of Incognito. That's a potential partnered organization right there, and then Rebellion, a potential partnered organization. I mean, this is unbelievable what we've seen here from No Organization. They are absolutely putting on a show for the underdogs and the Mexico community as Soul Snipe goes down. 2 go down, though, on each team. And after that split, 2-2, it's going to be No Org again, making it out with a little bit of a milk run, 12 and rolling.
Want to see Rebellion play their process here. Season opening.
Shroud screen cheese.
Active. He's going to find a kill as well that kind of runs into him. Looks like a teammate probably called that player out. But yeah, they did play this process very well. They actually get 4 dead momentarily. Noble, the first spawner. Looks like he's going to quickly make his way across long haul, but Cycle and Soul Snipe are going to apply pressure to the spawners. This is extremely aggressive. Most of the time you see the team get the setup with the ball at A. They're just going to filter into that A and gold setup. Instead, they're playing this split spawn intentional strategy where they go and kill the first 2 spawners, let the oddball follow them, and then the next 2 spawners are going to spawn across the map. For that, they do get 19 seconds, but you have to wonder, if they just did the traditional setup instead of trying to do the fancy play, maybe they could have got more ball time.
I think that's absolutely so. Might have gotten that 30-second threshold you're looking for when you start off these rounds in oddball. As we have a 19-15 game, tapping buttons, collecting himself with the shock, takes down an opponent on the bat ledge. Cycle going down on the C platform, and that's going to allow tapping buttons to bait Mental into a grab. Instead, he's going to grab it, rotate it, and
a good rotation.
This is checkers, not chess. This is unbelievable what we're seeing here from No Organization. They seem to have a better strategy. They seem to have more teamwork and coordination. It's only game 1, but really liking what I'm seeing here from No Org as it relates to the potential.
Oh, and Cycle jumps right over him.
Rebellion roster is tapping buttons, back of the head on 2, takes down Cycle for the double, and just like that, just when Rebellion looks to tie things up and maybe even regain the lead, No Org go the other way with it, nearly doubling up. Wow.
Man, this is just giving me flashbacks to tapping buttons popping off with the shock rifle in season 1. Ended up producing some highlight reels that gave him that opportunity on that native white roster, and he's picking up where he left off. This man, when he's on fire, I've said it multiple times. He is looking like a top player when he is playing his best, and he's bringing that form right now. Already 20-13, and a huge reason why his team has a lead here.
Massive plays. 19-51 now. But no organization, lose 3 members. Soul Snipe, ooh, goes down to Acid. Acid with a great play, last player alive. But he goes down. Ooh, a little stagger as well. 2v2 for now, but the stagger belongs to no organization. Rebellion should get numbers up a little sooner than them, but Cycle goes down. And if Soul Snipe goes down, no organization will flip this situation on its head, but instead,
ooh,
it's a
good
nice
toss.
play there from Rebellion as they don't have all 4 up, but they still find a way to rotate the ball to gold with that nice toss.
Little lateral toss to your teammate safely in gold. You know you're probably going to die in batteries. Might as well chuck it up to your teammate that's safely in gold. Now they're planning to rotate it to C. This seems to be how the meta has shifted on this game type. I mean, you could do the A and gold setup, but you got to win a lot of individual fights to earn all that space. It's a little bit easier to just win space in one direction towards C, get the ball there, and then ultimately when things go south, you can just chuck it off the map. You're also in a more favorable position to fight for the camo if you have presence at C as well. So it does also lend to that as well.
Noble trying to secure camo. A little bit of a difficult spot there. Wanted to set up for the grapple pole. Instead, Suppressed pushes him out. Suppressed going to jump on a grenade and go down with camo. Ooh, and what looked like could have been a chance to take the lead. They will still. Oh, no, we're tied 51 all. Thought maybe with camo could have seen Shopify Rebellion regain the lead. Instead, it's going to be a little bit trickier. They'll regain it nonetheless. Now with their first lead in this game is we're about at the halfway mark, and Rebellion are starting to find their form.
Oh, my God.
Some great nades, though, coming in from Drift, able to take out Mental, who had the shock that was starting to look like what Shopify needed to come back into this. But Tapping is winning all of his pivs. It doesn't matter what gun he has, battle rifle, bandit, shock rifle. He's finding a way to win these fights. And
yeah, I saw that.
He's got the ball, and he's rotating into gold. His teammates have his back.
I love how he waited for his shields to start recharging to start his rotation to gold. Perfect timing and process here.
I was just reading about that on Twitter a few minutes ago.
A little familiar with that level of play. Not sure if they have a coach in their ears, but it almost feels like it. We know Rebellion has Best Man probably in their Discord. Not 100% confirmed or sure about that, but I always love to point out the coaches because I think they make a massive difference. This game has little difference in it. 68-67 as Rebellion again regains the lead, however slightly. But we're getting into the end game. These next few battles for Oddball could very well determine round 2.
This is what I talked about. This is the other strategy. So if you can get A and gold and force the other team to spawn at C, it is a great setup. That's why we see Rebellion electing to hold it. They see the pressure coming in, drop the oddball to win the fight because they expect that if they win this fight, they could potentially close out the round with even more time. Very impressive stuff. I mean, that's one of the hardest things in Oddball to learn, I think, if you're a new Halo player, is when do you hold the ball and continue to get time, and when do you drop the ball so you can help your team win the fight? Seems like Rebellion knows exactly when to do both of those things.
Gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. And Cycle pushes in through, has a melee battle, but loses out on that. Goes down numbers advantage here with Oddball.
Whoa, he almost stuck himself.
And Soul Snipe sticks himself.
No.
At the very least, he's going to go down,
close.
tapping buttons down to 1 HP, but he's going to regain those shields and regain the lead potentially. I can't quite see. I think that's 92. Yeah, 92-77. Rebellion only 8 seconds away, but with this lockdown location over here on A, they might not get their hands on the ball again. No Or could steal game 1.
This is the risk you run when you hold this setup, is if you lose it, you give it for free to the other team. Unlike the C setup, you can
hang on a second.
Throw the ball
that should be round.
Map, but that triple kill is going to seal round 2 for Rebellion. Huge plays out of Soul
round
Snipe
3.
They were able to take their time
Oddball
on that push. I was a little bit worried they might rush the sequence and ultimately lose it, but they played the process correctly. Soul Snipe goes in at the right time. Teammates had done enough damage for him to get this triple, and they win the round for it.
Ooh. Soul Snipe puts the team on his back, though, and that gets his team right back in it. A 1-1 tie in an incredible game 1. This one really sets the pace, sets the tone. Cycle over the triple, but doesn't earn it. Instead, 3 going down for Rebellion. Numbers advantage for No Org, and they'll utilize that to gain control of the Oddball. Suppressed, really the last member to take down on the gold tower side. A little bit of tower defense there as he goes down, but 3 go down for No Org, so Suppressed Great positioning there at the top gold side of the map. He really gave No Org something else to think about outside of gaining possession of that oddball. 1 second is all they got, as we're still pretty deadlocked here. Start things off in round 3.
Yeah, but shout out to Drift. When 3 of his teammates went down, he stayed alive top gold, was able to get a kill. If he hadn't made that play, I think Rebellion would have at least 20 seconds by now, but instead they're only now getting control of the ball because of Drift's ability to delay their setup. Now they're going to have to take space on both sides. So when the ball's in gold, what most of these pro teams do is they try to take space not only through the long haul, but also through the tower to get into A. The goal is to pinch the gold pipes from both sides. You want to enter in from A and glass simultaneously. Looks like Rebellion able to hold off the push from the glass side. Now they can focus their efforts towards the A side. And this is actually looking quite good for Rebellion.
Yeah, these are good kills.
Brad still alive on the gold side. And I love this. He has the
These are
battle
good
rifle
kills,
in the
some good
back
time for
pocket.
Rebellion.
So if any of these guys spawn out far away, they're going to push close here for now. You're going to see the DMR come out. Melee trade goes down, but I still like the process. I actually saw Cycle sprint past the battle rifle earlier. That's a utility on the map, Eli.
Oh, it's a good rotation.
Got to pick up, especially when you consider the cross battles between glass and
Oh,
A
that's
are
good
so
cheese.
Absolutely, but with the bandit start, I mean, these guys are just playing a faster paced game. I don't know if they've adjusted much to the battle rifle being on the map. It's still between teams like this, they're just going to be hitting out a lane as fast as possible off of spawn, trying to deal as much damage as possible or follow up on their teammates' damage when they show up. Looks like Soul Snipe just immediately going straight towards the ball off of his spawn, forces the reset. Not sure how that player died. Maybe
damaged him and he played it
previously to award him that kill when the player jumped off the map with the oddball. But they're getting several sequences of kills in a row. They're now predicting the spawns. Look at that stuff mid-BR fight to shoot the grenade.
That's actually nice.
Big brain play from Soul Snipe to then get the
Can't
headshot.
lie.
That was a very... what's the thinking time on that? He had to make that calculation instantly and then also perform it. Very impressive.
Yeah, I'm taking that over the remote detonation.
That's a
medal
good
there.
play.
I usually like to see yellow in the feed, but not when you see that level of coordination and accuracy there from Soul Snipe. Pops the grenade with no aim assist and then pops the skull of his opponent. That was unbelievable, but despite that great play from Soul Snipe, no organization have the ball back in their hands. Cycle on the flank, but he's been called out, spotted out. Got to face him and wins the 1v1 with the 5 perfect shots. No org, though, still maintaining ball control. It was important for tapping buttons there to get Cycle down to low HP. That slows down his push. Slightly, but he's right back in the mix, already taking down another Slay. Oddball tries to get played out, but Cycle stops it from rolling over the edge, and they could regain control of this lockdown location after the fumble save there from Cycle.
He's challenged.
Push was so calculated. Most people are watching his amazing shots, which are obviously there, but the part that stood out to me was he quickly glanced to top gold to see how his teammate was doing on the other side of the map, because if he crosses there and he doesn't check, he's likely to get drilled by an opponent across the map. But he saw that it was safe before he made that push, found the timing to do so, and he completely broke the setup in A using the information from his teammates. That was very well executed.
And it looks like
Rebellion's been running their shit this round.
Plus 4 or 5 advantage here for no organization, but despite that, in round 3, it's Rebellion running away with it. And this next battle for Camo going to be so crucial. The perfect shots go down. Suppress drops for it and secures it. And that could very well secure round 3. If not for Suppress going down to the grenade, he does. Tapping buttons. Finds a perfect slay.
Get traded, though.
Cycle finds the perfect shots. And Rebellion looking to close the door on any chance of a comeback. Need only 5 seconds. And I don't know if anybody from no organization is going to be close enough, as that will do it. Round 1. Round 3 go to Rebellion.
Round 3,
so
oddball
they take the lead in this series.
Cycle has impressed me more and more as we've seen him on these stages. He just put up 37 kills in that game, man. He was absolutely frying. I was talking about how tapping buttons did not lose a 1v1 in that first round, but guess what? Cycle didn't lose a 1v1 in rounds 2 or 3, and that's why they're able to come back. Like I said, didn't feel like the teamwork was really there in the first round. I have to imagine that first round woke them up a little bit. They started tightening it up, decided to hit their timings a little bit more precisely. That's how they're able to come back and win that game.
I think the benefit that Shopify had there in that oddball is the fact that, like I said, I got a little theory that because Shopify doesn't have as much time in against the likes of Acid, Drift, tapping buttons, and Noble. Maybe this is sort of like a feeling out process where it's like, man,
hella
I don't really
damage
know
out
what
of
they're
tapping.
gonna do off the start, but you start to learn that after 3 full rounds of oddball like we saw. So that benefit of the doubt now goes a little bit in favor of Shopify Rebellion as they regain their footing after No Organization wins that round 1. Round 1, and now Rebellion look prime. Take another game in this series and continue. I think for them, they feel like they should sweep this. It may not be that easy.
I think you're right. I mean, I think once they find that timing and teamwork that they know they have and they start hitting their shots, these guys are going to be extremely confident to beat just about anybody. I mean, I agree. A lot of people have been calling Tourney faded for saying that this Shopify squad could be the next top 4 team. It's hard to put them above FaZe, SSG, or Optic. We've yet to see those teams in full force through the next season, but this team is looking extremely promising early on and could be in that conversation for top 4.
Has the battle for top 4 ever been this thick, Eli? You got Quadrant, you got Sentinels, you got Shopify, and I'm gonna throw No Org in the mix as well based on how they're competing here today. How highly contested do you see this season being? And we all know, as veterans of Halo, year 3, always the best year of Halo. The storylines have matured, the rivalries have gotten deeper and maybe more animosity there.
It's kind of interesting,
this
but
is going to be an exciting year for Halo.
It might be true.
I can't pick a team who's going to crack into that top 4, but what do you think about the competition?
Year
as
3
it
of the
relates
game
to the top 4? Are there a couple teams
I had never
in the
thought
mix,
about
or
that, but it might be
fair
true.
game?
Certainly true
I
in
think
Halo 5.
There could be a different team showing up there every tournament. I mean, Sentinels, Shopify, Quadrant, like there's so many amazing teams. There's probably more that we don't even know about yet because they haven't been announced, right? Like where do some of these other teams end up? We've seen a lot of hodgepodge.
Where's Native Red, right?
Mixes.
You might could say it was true for Halo 2 and 3 as well.
Those guys definitely also in that conversation, but
absolutely.
Any of these teams could also make a run for top 2 or potentially win a tournament. You never know. We haven't seen a team other than SSG, Optic, or FaZe win yet, but we've seen some great runs ultimately shut down. But I mean, this is going to be the toughest year ever for Halo Infinite competition for sure.
Yeah, it's anybody's game. Things were so close. We joked at the World Championship and said this isn't a millisecond. These are nanoseconds that are separating the 2 teams that are usually competing against each other. Now you have this new format, new starting weapon, new meta with the changes going into Season 3. You really got to almost relearn the game. So there are no guarantees that the Big 3 or even Big 4 sticks, as it's anyone's game. Here in this game, a 7-3 start for Rebellion as they have the 1 team wipe lead. Looking good here off the back of a nice regain in that game 1.
This Mental guy, man, with the sniper rifles, like what's so impressive about Mental is like you look at his teammates throughout multiple rosters that he's been on and you're like, wow, these guys are all amazing snipers, but guess what? They all give the sniper to Mental. Like they're like, yeah, we already know, bro, you're gonna pop off, just take it. And his playstyle suits it too, right? Like he kind of takes that middle ground where he lets his teametes take the front line. In this position, though, he's
whoa, did he not know where he was?
Finds a double kill in a very unlikely situation. He tried to do the double jump off of the pillar right there. That's why that looked kind of strange. His intention, I think, was to use the double jump of the pillar to jump to top center. Just barely scuffed his movement there and does get taken down, but not before hitting some impressive kills.
13, now 14-7. Shopify build on their lead, now doubling up just about on no organization. And it's a little bit of a surprise after how highly contested game 1 was. Game 2, a little bit of a runaway sequence here as Mental looks to add to that snowball going down the hill. He goes down though. That's going to be the first
only a 6-kill game now.
Feels like no org has had in this game. Suppressed with the flank, takes down an important member with the help of Soul Snipe at the top of A ledge. That's high ground neutralized there for no org. And they go 3 down. Now 4. Blender potential here. Cycle has the camo and a double up lead.
This is not looking good for no org. Now, see, the snipe side of the map is good in the objective game types in a lot of situations, but it's also the hardest spot to get out of if you spawn there in Slayer. Especially when a team like Rebellion is keeping you pinned from both sides. You see the push coming in through the benches side.
Okay, they're getting blended.
Just completely shutting them down. No org only able to get 1 kill out of that situation while all 4 go down. And now Rebellion's going to cycle them once again on the other side. You see how they're just constantly hitting both the left and the right of the spawn point. They're giving No Org no options to go anywhere. Every option they choose, they're going to run into at least 2 members of Rebellion. Rebellion's doing it at the right time as well to try to guarantee this next shock rifle, and now it's in Soul Snipe's hands.
Mental at 12-1-3, almost single-handedly would have a lead, or at least a close deficit on No Organization. But fortunately for him, and unfortunately for No Org, he's got 3 more teammates, and they're all pretty cracked at that, as this has opened up to a 30-19 lead now. Noble goes down on the trucks. Suppress continuing to control that important side of the map. The A ledge gets a couple grenades from his left side, goes down because of it. But despite him going down, this lead continues to build here for Shopify, 33-22.
A couple of them go down though. Soul Snipe's going to try to stop his opponents from getting into this flower side. This is such an important side of the map to gain.
Oh my god, what the hell?
If you're gonna get out of the A spawns, but Soul Snipe repulses his
that was so weird.
back into the sticky grenade, gets 1 while his teammates are buying space on the opposite side. I mean, these guys are just so calculated with these. It's just a duo push on both the left and the right of where they know their opponents are. And yeah, they might lose a few numbers in the process occasionally, but over the long run, they are coming out on top. All these trades are at least 3-1 in most cases.
Prize tapping Buns was able to secure the camo there. He was the last.
That's a really good live.
After 3 more went
They're
down
still
for
looking
his
for him
squad.
though.
Does have a little bit of camo to work with, but imagine he needs something like a kill-tastrophe to come back in this one. But wow, just like that, it's a 7-kill
They only
game.
down 7.
Excuse me.
Hang
Tapping
on.
Buttons with the camo. He's just a distraction. He doesn't need the tastrophe. No Org gonna find the 8 slays potentially through the use of the distraction and the teamwork, as this one's a game going into the 40s.
Absolutely. Tapping though to try to keep his team in this. He's actually going to do great here. That body does a crazy spiral.
Hang on.
I don't think I've ever seen a body move quite like that when it dies. I mean, that was very impressive acrobatics on the side of Rebellion. But yeah, suddenly they're back in this. They're only down by 5 now. They're the ones with the forcing the opponent to spawn at snipe, and they're
oh my god, they're bunting him right back.
They're only down 3, down 2. They've made this a 1-possession game going into the 40s. This is unbelievable. I'm about to stand up out of my seat with the comeback we're seeing here from No Org. We started to write them off, but might be wanting to write them a contract if you're an organization looking for some representation, because these boys are it. Down 2, Noble at the top of Snipe, getting a couple shots across the map on the glass window on Mental. Not enough to take him down as 2 trade out in the feed, 42-40. Noble looking to continue to push up. Crucial camo up and shock in the next 10 seconds. This is going to be a battle for those 2 important power weapons and power-ups on the map, and they could very well determine this game. Shopify clinging now to that 3-kill lead.
Very impressively, the way Rebellion played out of that. Mental has lived in that window position for so long, finally taken down, but he was part of the reason that Rebellion were able to escape on the other side of the spawn trap. It's so important to play out of both sides, not just one side against good teams, because good teams will have multiple exit points. If you leave one lane open, they will often flank behind you. Rebellion playing both sides out of that position, able to get control. And now cycle with the sniper.
That should be
hitting
GG.
impressive jump shots to close out the game. And while it looked like No Org had a chance, Rebellion just played that end game basically flawlessly.
Well, No Organization not able to win that game too, but they got plenty of confidence kills, which I think maybe brings them back into it, at least mentally. We do have a best of 7 here in your grand finals, so this might feel a little bit more out of reach for No Organization, but I think with this format, best of 7, copy pasta from the Halo World Championship last year, this is still anyone's series. Rebellion clearly take the edge and have the favor, but after what we witnessed in the end game, you could very well argue that No Org won the end game. They just didn't give themselves enough time and space and score to come back in that one, as they do ultimately fall by 7, but look great at the end.
It was all about the process, right? Like they certainly have now had enough time to go over strategies, how to play out of different situations. I think they already kind of had a good idea of how to do it, but now that they're all on the same page, like they're just playing all of these situations so well. And props to No Org, because even despite how efficiently Shopify is playing in these situations, I mean, No Org was playing very well at the same time in most of the same situations. So overall, though, the slight edge does end up on the side of Rebellion, and that's kind of what we expected going into this.
Can No Org be the first team to That's a wild spawn there.
Yeah,
Spawns inside of his dead body almost. But the important to note, and Eli, you can expand on this, the spawn system in Halo Infinite takes everything into consideration up until, well, the nanosecond that player spawns in. So you can very well spawn in on a grenade sometimes based on the information being consumed all the way through to that spawn taking place. Do you want to add some thoughts on that?
Yeah, exactly. So the game scans the map for all the available spawn points just before you spawn. So this kill, an observer might have some slight desync, but this player actually dies probably a frame before the player spawned.
Yep.
Yeah, so you see the shot come out. So he died the frame before Suppress spawned, and that's why Suppress was able to spawn there. If that player was still alive for one more frame, Suppress probably spawns across the map in the blue side, I would guess, if there's no enemies there either.
Yeah, that was about as good of an example as I can imagine when I try to communicate to players I work with. You got to take everything into consideration up until the absolute second, the frame that you're on screen. And that was a great example of it there as we get the replay and the slow motion from our incredible LVT Halo production team as we've had an incredible tournament here throughout January, man. Wow, the Phase 6K to start things off, and then LVT Halo taking the mantle and carrying it on with 3 straight weeks of 2v2 and 4v4 action. Eli, we're not done just yet. We're coming right back next week.
Right. Yeah. I'm going on a trip for 5 days, and the day after I come back, I'm hopping back on the cast with you. So this is going to be a
nice,
very busy week of Halo action for myself personally. And man, I just love working these tournaments with LVT. These, like, if I wasn't on the desk casting it for you guys, like, I would be in the chat watching it and just BSing with you guys like the rest of you. So I would be here regardless. It's really cool to be able to talk about it, just nerd out over Halo with one of my best friends here, Mikowski. And I just can't wait, man. This is just the appetizer, man. Like, imagine once we get to land, we've now finally got the roadmap. We're gonna go to Arlington again, and I just can't wait to see these teams on land.
Can't wait to see what the results are of this crucial Game 3. Rebellion with a chance to go up 3-0, or no org can make it a 1-game series, as this thing could swing. Soul Snipe with half an overshield left to work with. That is going to be crucial towards breaking into the base and looking like an early flag out. Not even 30 seconds off the clock.
Soul Snipe got the overshield. Teammates got the kills. He sees the opening to grab the flag. He's going to take it. That's that window of opportunity we talked about. Now, they got to be careful here, though. Soul Snipe goes down. They got to get some slays if they're going to ultimately take this flag home. That's why we see Mental not even thinking about going for the flagpole. He's going to try to get a kill, but tapping buttons has something to say about it. It's going to take down. They're actually going to get 4 dead, and look at this. Tapping's going to reposition. I'm surprised that flag hasn't already been returned, but they had said, you know what, we have time to let that thing return. We can go ahead and make space into the base. Very well timed and well executed here from No Oregon. They could potentially get a counter pull out.
Yeah, why take the risk of returning a flag that's sort of out there, right there in the middle of the courtyard, right? If the time can reset it itself, let that be, as No Org make the right decision. Risk reward there in the decision making, rewards them with a reset. We're back to a 0-0 game. Both teams vying for the mid-map control. It's Cycle pushing through the mid-map on the low ground. He's got some rest on the tabletop helping him out, but he goes down shortly after for assisting as Suppress pushes into the back of the base.
Another good start for tapping.
Another flag goes out here for Rebellion. No Org go 3 down, and if Rebellion can make this one a little bit cleaner, should have a 1-0 lead.
Look at Suppressed, purposefully staying in the base. He wants to force those spawners onto one side
Should
of the
be
map.
A cap, though.
That side is often going to be
a cap.
What we call P side. We know it's not pink, but we use the call out in reference to Midship, one of our favorite maps of all time. This map has a similar layout, so we just kind of stole the call outs. But yeah, they force the side onto that P side and kill the spawners. That's how they're able to get this flag all the way home and safe.
Rebellion, 2 pulls, 1 goes in as they have a 1-0 lead. Another overshield. That's going to be highly contested. Not highly contested in this game so far, it looks like, but that overshield, along with the QT on live fire, for me and Eli, we both agree it's the 2 biggest changes made in HCS Season 3 is Suppressed. Looks to change his viewpoint, looks left,
he was dead for sure.
As a player down to 1 HP,
anyway.
so too is he. He goes down.
Ooh, that's a big 2 right there.
Wins that double kill with
that's a
low
big 2.
shields. Unbelievable play, but it's
What's up,
just
Brandon?
to get out of his base.
I mean, Acid has been on fire this tournament. We haven't seen a lot of this player on the main stage until recently, popping off with a variety of Latin American rosters that he's played for. And 7-4, no slouch right now, making clutch plays to boot. I mean, to get those 2 players out of his base in that moment was massive. That could have been disaster for his squad had he not done that. Not only that, he's already on the other side of the map causing mayhem, and he could potentially help his teammates get another flag out.
Ooh.
Oh, Acid, don't do it. How many players can you take down for Shopify with 1 HP? My goodness. Impressive stretch of gameplay from him, but despite all that, it's another flag run out for Rebellion, and you gotta imagine for Acid, he's probably like, God, what else could I do? I did everything I could, and it still wasn't enough. As it does look like a flag is out. This one's for no org, so Mental gonna have to look for the return. But despite, again, that play from Acid, I thought that flag would have gotten a lot further across the map. Instead, all 4 go down for no org. This one should be reset, and you actually got to worry about the counter cap now.
That was such a good play by Suppressed. He must have moved so fast off his spawn point with a few herb slides to find a double kill at Car 2, cutting off the flag player and also buying time for his teammates. Speaking of which, Cycle almost getting another
a lot of sports watching, yeah.
Triple kill there. And now he's gonna also look at this.
It's been a lot of sports and esports watching.
You would think
in this bitch.
He would go for the return. Most players would sit on the flag, but he knows
Rebellion.
the timing so well that he said, if I just play,
there's football going on. There's NBA going on.
Almost dwindled down. Anyways,
we've been watching CDL matches today.
Extra time and space for my teammates to cap the flag. Heads up play for
so much shit.
Yeah, great recognition of the reset timer from both of these 2 teams here in this game. Both have had a nice sequence, but not reflected in the scoreboard just yet for no org, as Rebellion have built a 2-0 lead here. 7.5 left on the clock, so still plenty of time for them. And this is about the time that no org starts to cook. They start to falter a little bit at the beginning of most of these matches, but then they start to figure things out, at least in the last couple. As 2-0 lead here for Rebellion, but no org seem to have some life. They got the numbers at least, and you can see all 3 of them pushing through the car side. They got plans to pull another one.
When these guys move, they move together, and they are scary to deal with. Both teams having great teamwork so far on display. It looks like we do have a flag out for no org. We're going to see if they can get a cap out of this. Drift trying to apply pressure in the base to just hold these players back, help his teammates move the flag a little bit further, but the pressure is just too great. Now suddenly it's Rebellion that gets a flag out as well, and both flags are out. It looks like Rebellion getting the slays will probably also be able to get the return.
This might be another cap.
Looks like no org might be going down 3-0 here.
I think what's so impressive about this is that no org are playing really damn good Halo. It's just Rebellion is too damn good themselves. 3-0 lead, approaching the halfway mark on the clock. Cycle with one of those aim hero type shots, I call it, where he just drags the reticle. One shot, all he needs to clean up his opponent. Some of you noobs in chat probably looks like SWAT gameplay. I don't play that, but Cycle continues to I don't know why I just took a shot at chat. Cycle continues to push up on the fridge, killing spree for him. And it looks like Rebellion are in full control, Eli, of this game. Dare I say the series?
What was that?
We always want violence with chat. Don't play SWAT, guys. Just play the real man's game. Play HCS settings, all right? We don't play SWAT with one-shot kills where you just turn off your brain and run around the map. Like, come on, man. But anyways, Shopify playing with their brain, up 3-0, making a lot of very impressive plays. Cycle just playing defense for now. Knows that if he can clear his base, he's going to move forward on the map. But right now, the pressure's pretty strong from no org.
Pressure strong, right, Eli? It's been great. The presence on the map has been great, but this really speaks to the levels in Halo. And for Rebellion, I think this really points to their upside as you called it a top 4, maybe even a top 2 type of team where you could absolutely see a path to the grand finals.
What?
Kick off HCS season 3 in just under 2 months. Really close. The land season starting up as Mental starts up with a kill on Drift, takes him down. Soul Snipe trades out on the other side. 3v3 for now as Mental looks to stay alive here in the no org base. Flag pretty close there, but it might not be enough. 2v2.
Yeah. Time going to start to play a factor here. 4.5 minutes on the clock. If you're on the side of no org, you've really got to start to gain some momentum and do it now. If this flag goes in, this could feel like nearly impossible. We know it's not impossible to come back. Okay, here we go. No org actually gets the cap, and now this is exactly at the time they needed it.
There's still 4 minutes on the clock.
Flag out here shortly. This could be the turn of the tide here.
This is a lot like game 2, right? Where you're kind of you're relaxing a little bit, right? You're not really clenching as hard for the match because it's not very close. But hey, what do you know? No org. They've been putting together the pieces to have a sequence like this where they can come back. 4 minutes left. They don't have much time, but they do have plenty of opportunity between Buttons, Noble, Drift, and Acid. As tapping Buttons goes down, Suppressed looking to take to the high side of P. It's the Soul Snipe. Takes the OS.
Big OS.
That has been crucial. Eli, that's the difference for me this game. It opened up with the OS for Soul Snipe, and now he's
takes
got
a
it once
lot of
again,
damage,
goes
though.
Down, but it's kind of incredible. You think no org, 3-1, but they haven't had any overshields to work with.
Rebellion definitely able to get control of that P side. Now, what's so interesting about the location of the OS is in this game type, most teams are adamant about controlling the car side of the map because that's the best way to run the flag, right? So if you can stop your opponents from spawning in the util, force them to spawn on the fridge side, you're going to have a lot easier flag runs. But now putting the overshield P1 kind of encourages a bit more balance. You know, you're going to send a few more players to that side of the map because you want to have control of it before that overshield comes up, and so far Rebellion's done a better job of that.
Oh, tapping Buttons with some long range shots there, not able to connect with the heat wave. I feel like it's almost as if the heat wave it moved on Aquarius, Eli, but it's almost like it got replaced or deleted. You don't see it as much, really. If anything, the overshield I think makes more of an impact than even the heat wave now. Despite the fact that overshield probably not as much on the map as the heat wave, so it's an interesting conversation to table for maybe a later date. As Rebellion have maintained this 2-score lead, 3-1, 2.5 left on the clock. 3 go down for no organization.
They're all gonna die.
Acid, last player alive, but he's been spotted out and called out. He's gonna head back to the respawn screen. This is not looking good for them. Just simply mental staying alive over here on the red side could spell doom for no org.
I think the reason we don't see the heat wave in action as much is because it was previously P1, which is a common rotation off of your spawn anyways. Like sometimes you would actually just spawn right next to it, but you got to go pretty far out of your way to bottom middle to grab it, which is not generally a great place to go on this map. Most teams are more focused on controlling the perimeter, and bottom middle is seen as a bit more dangerous. You do still want somebody lurking around the bottom of the map, but more often going to take that perimeter route first. You see Mental able to get enough damage for Cycle to get a double kill. Almost a triple. Suppress going to steal it, though. Doesn't care about the montage clip. Just wants the cap. And now he's in perfect position to force this fridge spawn.
Should probably
and
be another
cap.
cap.
Going to go home.
Yeah. It's a devastating sight.
Should probably be
an overshield
GG's.
sprint at you. Maybe even more devastating watching an overshield sprint away from you with the flag in their hand. As Cycle has done just that, putting the 4th score on the board. And with this 3-score deficit, it feels all but over for no organization. They've made some surges late in the game, but this one might be a little too late, Eli.
Yeah, I think the most impressive Aqua CTF comeback that we had ever seen was, if anybody in chat remembers, Quadrant versus Optic. I think they were down 3-0 with like 2.5 minutes left and came back to win 4-3. It was one of the most electric wins.
Yeah, that was in Salt Lake.
Knock Optic into the lower bracket, if you'll recall. But in this one,
are they talking about the Salt Lake one, or are they talking about the Arlington
15
one?
seconds on the clock. We've never seen that comeback happen. I think it's mathematically impossible. You just can't.
I think he's talking about the Arlington one,
across
actually.
the map that quickly. So this one is over.
And how about this, Eli? A +3 KD for Team Rebellion is a +3 on the scoreboard. You want to talk about objective efficiency? You'd think with a 3-flag lead here, might be outslaying him by 12, 13, 14, but no, it's just 3 kills separating these two teams. The flags mirror that as well. 4-1 as Noble pushes in. It's all a technicality at this point, looking to get a confident score here at the end as he has another one out.
I see someone in chat say the series is over, but that is false. This is a best of 7, so we got at minimum one more game. If Rebellion can close out the next game as well, they would be your champions, but can the boys from Mexico find some strength? Can
We're
they
going to a
dig
live
deep,
fire holds too.
pull out the best versions of themselves? I think live fire strongholds is going to be a tough one to do it. To
I imagine it's probably done. And if we're being honest, I'm kind of hoping we're done.
Fast and aggressive. That is the name of their game.
I'm
And
just getting hungry.
The team that is more coordinated
And I just sat
in
over
their
here, had a
aggression
snack.
is going to be the one that comes out on top when it comes to live fire strongholds. But I mean, if they can just tap into,
They ain't really get
the
outslayed
gameplay
like
we
that
saw from
either.
them against Boo Boo and Sparty Squad, I think they could potentially steal this one.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not over just yet. Hold on to your buttons, as we famously said HCS Charlotte last year when Tapping Buttons and Native White came back against Sentinels to secure that top 6 at the time finish. They were down like 8 kills on Streets. Street Slayer no longer a game type, but I will still hold on to that memory from Tapping Buttons and the rest of those Native White boys as they put together a hell of a run. But here we go. Backs against the wall. An 0-3 deficit. You're really going to have to pull yourself up off your bootstraps if you're no organization. But this is a scrappy bunch. This is suited for them. I'm not counting them out just yet.
And we've got some new toys to play with. I think the Quantum Translocator is super interesting on this game type in particular because you could place the portal at B, cap B, go fight for C or A, win that fight, then portal back and protect B, and then portal back to C and protect it. Like, you can do so much on the map simultaneously when you have the Quantum Translocator, and B is already kind of the most important zone to control in this game type, right? Because the two best setups are either A, B, or B, C. So B being the pivot point. It's also on the opposite side of the map when camo's coming up. So if you have it already during
best
the camo
of
fight, you're gonna be
7s.
racking
Well,
up time during
it's
that.
been best
So
of 5s, but best of 7 for
I think
finals.
QT is going to make B even more important, and we're going to see some really cool plays with it.
Yeah, C might have the high ground, but B is that fulcrum, that elbow's edge that you really want to make sure you control as we see Rebellion take control of A and B and this match here early on. A 50-0 start, but not before no organization. Stop the scoring on B. And with 2 going down for each side, they could regain control of it. They do. BC go to no org, but with 4 going down, Rebellion, they're going to take that right back.
And
those shots from Soul Snipe were so impressive.
Oh, they spawned close, actually. I was going to say,
all,
about to get blended, but they spawned close.
Extreme accuracy.
They might be about to get blended.
That player was barely exposed when he killed the first player.
Who Watchdog Sniper is that? I know Mental was not 152 in Halo 5.
Not shooting his opponent.
Let me find out.
His teammate. Had to shoot to the left and right of his teammate. Did no damage to his teammate. Somehow gets both kills while one shot the whole time, mind you. I mean, this guy is on fire right now.
BNC still in favor of Rebellion as
now that's fucked up, Brandon.
To anchor a lead here in continuous scoring as they cross into the 60s.
Is he crack gaming like Black Ops 4?
Mental has been doing some odd things. I feel like he already thinks he won the game. I think he's bored. I saw him spinning in circles. I saw him spinning in circles when he kept C earlier, and now he's like just zooming on repeat for no reason. Now he's jumping off the map. Is this man bored? Like, what is this guy doing?
343 can't nerf me. I'm gonna jump off the map, says Mental, as he goes down of his own volition.
What?
83-12 now, as Rebellion have looked so strong in this series, and God help, the entire tournament, not dropping a single game in bracket play. The Suppressed does drop there. One of the most improved players.
Oh my god.
Season 2 to Season 3. Keep an eye on Suppressed. He could absolutely take your face and steal your heart as well. I love this team, man. Cycle, Mental, Suppressed, Soul Snipe. Watch out for the Rebellion because this is impressive. What we saw No Org do previously to some of these other teams is they made almost a mini Cinderella run of their own. This is unbelievable what we're seeing here as Rebellion has really put a stopgap on this No Org team.
His body went flying.
I mean, keep in mind, Rebellion's also the org that stopped Boo Boo Dubu's reign of terror. I think Boo Boo won the first 2 of the Open Series tournaments with those Solitude rosters.
Right.
And then Rebellion comes in and they're like, we're here now, sorry. And they end up winning that one. I think they had a similar run. I don't think they dropped mini games at all in that other off-season tournament, and they didn't really enter many others. So it seems like when they show up, they are often winning and doing it in dominant fashion.
All right, though, No Org with control of A and B. Now A going into Rebellion's favor, but C's flipping to No Org. A nice manipulation of the map there, but Rebellion shut that down quickly as they go straight for B. Don't allow that scoring. I suspected maybe to hold for at least a couple seconds for No Org, but Rebellion. Oh my god, no mercy! No scope as Mental hits another.
Mental is on fire.
And he
like
bodied
I said,
him.
He looked bored. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's just playing in some kind of like zen flow state right now. They hit the flip no scope in a spot like that, making it look effortless. I mean, what is this guy doing right now?
He really is making it look easy, right? He's playing the game on easy mode, as you like to say, Eli. Mental taking a cue out of Coach Eli's playbook. 3 go down for No Org, only 1 down for Rebellion. As Soul Snipe gonna easily push through here. Mental does go down, but Soul Snipe makes sure to trade out. Nice use of UT. Ooh, just kidding. He goes down shortly after, but I gotta point out, that's another massive change I love. It was so disappointing to see the QT pop up last year, Eli, because it wasn't an equipment piece. It was a power-up. And Cycle powers up with a double, potential triple of his own. But the QT for me was probably the biggest disappointment out of the entire sandbox in Halo
Didn't
Infinite.
reset that.
Now, with the Switch, you take it off those symmetrical maps where you have a little bit more predictability onto these asymmetrical maps like Livefire, and QT is stolen the show.
So it was also only on flag maps previously. Like, obviously it was in Aqua Slayer, but in Aqua Slayer the thrust was just better than it in every way, so most pros would not even go for it if they already had a thrust. But now, yeah, on Livefire, where we've got the time-based modes and you can actually control multiple parts of the map simultaneously for King of the Hill and Strongholds, I think it's a very fun addition to Livefire. Absolutely.
Totally agree. The Cycle goes down. Soul Snipe goes down. A little numbers edge now for No Org. And they're turning this into a trip cap. 164, it looks like on my screen, to 60.
Okay.
So it's a 100-point lead in Strongholds. That might sound like a lot, but it's not.
Good trip cap.
They
do go too dead.
Cycle takes him down. Cycle with that Slay is going to continue pushing on. Gets his opponent down to 1 HP. Soul Snipe, you can hear the comms almost vicariously.
They're holding this for the moment, though.
1 HP opponent, but he gets the reshield reposition. Does ultimately trade out. I think that's a good trade there, as No Org have control of B and C, and they're going to keep scoring.
I would like to say that I really like the way Rebellion tried to play that situation. So while they're getting trip capped, they all spawned at B. Now, they didn't immediately try to cap B. The first two spawners instead ran as a duo up the nest to try to get control of tower, and understood that their last teammate that spawned at B could be the one to cap it. So that's just a way to be a little bit more efficient in your map control. If the first guy that spawns just sits still at B, then you're not making any progress on the map, on the rest of the map, and then the second and third spawners have to run past that player to get map presence. So I like to see Rebellion try to make that play, but No Org did a great job to play defense against it, and they're able to hold the trip cap for a little bit longer.
This has been the tail of the tape, Eli, right? Rebellion get a big lead, lull the chat to sleep. They think it's over. And so do we, and in some cases even, I'm going to just go out and admit it, expose myself a little bit. I have that feeling too. I feel that same gut feeling that you guys do, Chad. But no organization, you gotta give credit. They always come right back. And they're only down 30 seconds right now. So despite the fact that they were down by a couple minutes, now just a couple seconds.
What's up, Yeti Machete?
But it's suppressed, regaining control of B and giving Rebellion fans a little bit more comfortability.
Gonna be a trip cap too.
You see what Suppress just did? So he sees his team winning the fight at A. Just trust that they're going to handle their business. He saw Mental win the 1v1 against Tapping, and he's like, all right, bro, you got it. So he just turns and runs to the other side of the map. He goes top tower, and he's like, I'm just going to protect this one because you guys are going to steal A. I'm going to force the spawns to be more difficult for our opponents to play out of. And now he's just styling, flying through the sky with their repulse. I don't know about that one, but he's holding these players at nest, and it's making it very difficult for No Org to get any map presence.
Yeah, Suppressed really testing the death box, skybox there, as I thought he got really high. Ultimately goes down.
Really high.
Goes up, must come down, so I guess it makes sense.
Got up high, really high.
Mental pushes in now with the camo to work with, gets spotted out, but takes down. Tapping buttons with the help of Soul Snipe. 1 HP, a couple grenades trying to chase out that intel and damage. But Mental does a good job to avoid any of it. Maintains a last bit of camo. Thought he had a frag there. Threw the spike into the floor instead. Oh my god, hits the perfect shot.
That was gross.
Turning left. He did not have the shield advantage, but he did have the shots.
Man, how good is this kid, man? What is he doing? He's just
Brother's
dismantling
nice.
them. And every situation that it looks like No Org has the ability to play out, Mental is just out pivoting them every single time. I mean, this guy, his teammates are doing the same thing. They're just winning 1v1 fights. They're doing more damage. That's why they've been so dominant throughout this tournament. Is their firepower is absolutely insane, and that's why people like myself, Mikowski, Tony's, a lot of people that watch a lot of Halo, they look at this roster and they're like, okay, this team might be one to look out for next season.
Rebellion roster is absolutely deadly. I am very excited to see these guys compete. You take the incredible roster of Native Red that was top 3-4 potential last year in Suppressed and Soul Snipe, and you pair them with Cycle and Mental. Oh my god, the gunnies and the damage output from those two guys is ridiculous. And Rebellion is a ridiculous team. We're seeing here in this finals, it might just end up being a 4-0 sweep, but I don't think that's any slight to No Org. I think it's more of a tip of the cap to Rebellion.
I think you're exactly right. They got to close this game out, though. They can't get too lazy. They need 20 more points, but I've seen enough 249 heartbreaking losses on Stronghold to know that this game is not over yet. Right now, No Org actually has a little bit of momentum. Finding the remote detonation on Mental, taking the guy off the map that we were just raving about. Suppress gets
what was that?
The no-scope can't do it. Noble finds a kill as well, and suddenly this looks very doable.
I'm actually so checked.
All right, I'm gonna give it one more. Hold on to your buttons, because No Org are back in the mix. 193 to 230. They're putting up a hell of a fight, as they usually do in the end game. And if not for a opening strategy disparity between these two teams, Rebellion absolutely winning outright all of the opening breaks.
Bro, if they lose this game now,
dare I say, Eli has won the
they got 2 dead. Hang on.
all of these games where they're down 0-3 in the series.
3 dead, 4 dead. Okay, well,
GG's. And all 4 go down for No Org just as they're mounting the comeback. Rebellion shut it down.
Tapping tried to go for a melee, missed his melee at the same time. Soul Snipe just wins his piv in A. And now that they know where the spawners are, I think it's going to be very difficult. This could just be the seal of the deal. They did convert C, but not before losing
3
B.
dead again.
With 3 dead
this
right
should
now,
probably
I don't
be
know if they
it.
have a
That's
chance
4.
to win this one. This could be
I don't even think they have
the
time.
end of the tournament. Wow, good stuff from Rebellion.
There we have it. A
GG's.
flawless run through the bracket part of play here as Rebellion will take this finals.
GG's.
Oh, really? Flexing their muscles against no organization. And I got to take the opportunity right now, Eli, while we're still on air. Optic, SSG, FaZe, I want to see you guys next week. If Shopify are to have any competition in the finals, I think it's going to come from one of those big 3, big 4 teams. You guys have one opportunity left before you start playing for the real deal. Those HCS points will start up at the HCS Open Series. You'll have your major qualifier in a couple of weeks as well, but don't sleep on the opportunity next
I'm
week
excited for that.
in the last series of these LVT 2v2 and 4v4 tournaments, because the competition is heating up, and this is absolutely the best form of preparation going into those Open Series in the major qualifier.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. Like, these guys, a lot of these teams, I mean, we've been stuck in roster mania for so long that a lot of these guys haven't even been practicing. I mean, I tuned into Formal stream and asked him, like, yo, you gonna play in some of these off-season things? Like, I'd like to see on one of these. He's just like, only if I get bored. Like, he just doesn't care. Like, he just straight up did not care. But it's about time that some of these guys show up. It's good practice.
All right, man. Congrats to Shopify for winning that shit. They actually looked pretty dominant throughout. But as always, shout out to LVT and HCS for hooking us up. But that's going to do it for us today. I'm going to get out of here because I am starving and I need to get me some food. But I appreciate y'all chilling. I appreciate y'all rocking with us. Another fun day. We will be live again tomorrow with probably just a normal stream. And yeah. Okay, sorry, I was looking at something else. But yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. So I'm gonna throw y'all over to Jeremy Stress again, I believe. And then yeah, I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Alright, much love, y'all. Gang gang. Alright, see y'all.